Scheinbar, du spielst jetzt nicht. Streamst jetzt nicht. Nein, du nicht. Ah, jetzt.
Oh. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys on the battle bus.
So. Geht los. Also, warte, jetzt muss ich nur wieder von 0 Score anfangen, Junge.
Welcome to the World Cup Creative Trials Qualifiers. 8 different maps were created, hosted by Scissors, Ninja, Tiger, El Rubius, Tamoya, and Achin and Danyan. For the whole world to rise to the occasion in hopes of scoring big. What? The top 3 winners from each qualifier won $5,000 and advanced to the Creative World Cup in New York with a $3 million prize pool. There were tons of entries with so many awesome submissions.
And how did he even just do that on motion?
Let's go! Close calls and funny moments. You forget who you're watching! Let's dive in and see how they did. Scissors' time trial was a death run. Mind-blowing times were recorded with flawless runs and impressive strategies.
Yo, I've not seen that strat ever. That's insane.
At the end of the day, they had their top 3 from Scissors' time trial.
That has got to be the most impressive speedrun I've ever seen on any of my maps.
Hi, I'm Tyler H, Zan YT, and Suzu.
Just watching someone destroy my map like this makes me feel so happy. Congratulations, everybody. GG's in the chat.
And then there was Ninja's trickshot map created.
Ah ne, am Samstag kommt das Duo-Final und am Sonntag kommt das Solo-Final.
Und heute ist 7 Stunden, wo ich das letzte geschaut habe.
Und heute ist Pro-Am.
Genau, Pro-Ding segnet.
Epic timing.
And he hits the no-scope. Dude, oh my god, he hit that. What?
The top 3 ninjas were discovered to be FaZe Kaz,
grabs the hunting rifle, bam, deagle, bam, hunting rifle.
Oha.
Dang, bro.
Taco with the weird T.
Oha.
That is nasty.
And Taldak 723.
Für was stimmt's?
Oh my god, he hit 3 targets.
Für was stimmt's im Stream?
He hit like 5 targets. Alright, Taldak, I see you, bro.
Locky's Landing was created by Wirt Andrew
and
Dom, full of challenging ramps and a shortcut that was uncovered pretty quickly.
So this shortcut right here was put in, and we didn't think anyone was going to find it, but you guys found it within 3 days.
The competition was so intense, the top players had to be reviewed with outside. The top Scallywags ended up being X-Sandy, Flytax, and MSYB.
I really want to thank everybody out there who participated. This was really fun watching all the runs come through. It was just really awesome to see.
After that, we skip across the Atlantic to France, where Gotaga created a bomb defusal map with Nox and Players had to traverse what was dubbed Elixir City in search of bombs to defuse as fast as possible. Players walked on pipes, the edges of fences, used shadow bombs, whatever they had to do to be able to hit every corner of the map in search of bombs. In the end, the top 3 bomb diffusers were RTA, Magma, and Chaps. Next, we went to Spain, where El Rubius' elimination run by Hushin and Iscariot Egg was full of fun surprises.
Este monitor que os llevará a un mundo mágico.
Such as a forest lava mechanic, a one-to-one recreation of its real-life streaming room. After all that slipping and sliding around the map, it was incredibly close. But in the end, the best times were Mr. Kororo, Ryan Franta, and Bensor.
Da haben 1 Level da, wo da in dem Fernsehen zum Beispiel kommt, also weißt jetzt steht dort, dass er nicht schon eine spielt. Mit dem Micha.
このマップはね、1000メートル続くアスレチックで、いろんな種類のコースが入ってるんですけど。
And hundreds of players attempted to prove they could hang with the best. It was a death run map, featuring traps, ballers, and clever shortcuts.
Kannst du seine Krone mitmachen? Death Runs.
With his difficult map, Tomoya has collected a skilled team. Some of the contenders even found a shortcut in the map Tomoya himself didn't even realize was there.
当たってジャンプして走る。そしたらなんかね、長い間スピードがつくんですよ。普通だったらこの時点で止まるのに、これ見て。やばすぎるでしょこれ。
Tomoya has his work cut out for him to keep up with his stats.
Aber die schlimmsten sind immer noch Side Jumps.
Guijim, and Kutox.
この3人と一緒に僕ね、クリエイティ
この
ブを
3人と一緒に
頑張りたいと思います。みんなよかったらね。
Next up, we headed to Germany, where the Spandau trials took place.
この3人Speckere.
By inviting players into a survival mode.
Das habe ich auch
World Cup
gespielt.
hopefuls had to survive
Das habe ich
for
auch
4 minutes in an apocalyptic
auch
mess,
gespielt.
all while collecting bacon by
Das habe
holding
ich
down
auch
points,
gespielt.
shooting targets, and
Das habe
eliminating
ich auch
enemies.
gespielt.
Though many
Da sowieso.
participated and survived the 4-minute map,
easy.
only 3 could join Hand of Blood in
Okay.
duel. The highest point earners were Svenos, Alex JJ, and
Da
Carnifex
habe ich auch
GG.
gespielt. Da habe ich
Our
nicht
final
gespielt.
qualifiers challenge in Latin America
Bro.
was maybe the hardest one yet.
Alles Japaner!
Danyan and Achin teamed
Heb
up for
meer
the most
stocks.
exclusive creative trial, with only 2 open slots on their team.
El mapa con el que ustedes van a estar
Sandu primero
cuenta
te
con
baja.
desafíos diferentes. Hay unas cosas muy sencillitas y otras que tienen un poquito
Oh
más
my
de
God.
complejidad.
In a
Kila
brutal
Kata
death run map created by
Das
JJ,
davon habe ich auch gemacht.
players had
Da habe
to
ich bis
complete
auf
the
100
courses
geschafft.
as fast as they could and reach all 100 checkpoints to prove they had what it takes to play on the Fortnite World Cup stage.
Da wird da die
Players
2
attempted
Japaner
this
machen. Da
in
habe
an
ich auch
effort to
geschafft.
nab one of those 2 top spots. In
Das
the
ist
end,
im Fall
a
gar
few
nicht mal
players
so
got
schwierig.
really creative, and 4Turtle and Stewart claimed the last 2 seats at the creative finals. And with these last
Das
2
ist einfach ein
qualifiers
Rennen,
in the
oder?
bag, we're ready to bring these 8 teams to New York City.
Auf Zeit oder alle zusammen sind ein Dings?
At the World Cup Creative Finals. Be sure to tune in on July 26th when we kick off the biggest competitive Fortnite weekend of all time.
Na, auf Sekunde 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2. Doch, Ninja, look! Spielt auf.
Oh.
Ja, Ninja, schau dir nicht.
And gentlemen, Fortnite fans from all around the
Oh mein
world,
Gott.
welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Finals.
Zum Teil gibt es hure alte Leute.
Der tanzt der Zahnseide.
Ist das links? Das links ist jetzt einmal eine Animation, oder?
We're hanging out outside at the fan festival. We're having a
Look, hinten dran einfach das Ding.
Nimm das Blatt von uns Skelett.
Fortnite action for you all weekend, starting with the Creative World Cup Finals.
That's right. Let's take a look at the schedule to get a little bit brief about what we're going to be taking a look at all weekend. Today, it's all about the Fortnite Creative Finals and that Pro-Am. Tomorrow, Saturday, we're looking at the Duos Finals, and then Sunday, we wrap things up.
Ja, kannst du immer noch schauen, kannst immer
Walk
schauen.
away with several world champions, not only from the VR side, but also from the creative side as well.
Komm, mein Fazit zum Morgen. Ich möchte so noch ein bisschen schauen. Da.
I am over the moon right now. I'm so hyped. The events here, you can see the fans, you can hear them.
Du kannst einfach immer noch das Game spielen, wenn du keine Lust hast.
Solos, duos.
Der andere links.
Bouncing out of your shoes. We're going to start with the creative mode where people are going to compete for the grand prize of $1 million today, and then later on the Pro-Am. But creative's up.
Komm, jetzt mal anfangen. Oh, jetzt stockt's wieder.
So if you've been watching on Qualifier long, you know there's been 10 weeks of Battle Royale, but there's also been 8 weeks of creative.
Hat's wieder auch schon gestockt?
18 captains have put together a team of fantastic creative individuals that are be coming through and competing and participating.
Hey, jetzt hat's mich auch wieder zurückgestoßen zu dem Minigame.
I think it's time to introduce the teams. What do you think? Let's do it. Let's do it, Bala. We have teams getting ready. They are walking in. You can see the first.
So Billy Bounce.
It is the Funky Fighters. They are led by Tamoya. Team members are to Hyuzi and Drapius. Now, Tamoya had built this unbelievable speedrun map. It was absolutely insane. And all 3 of these qualifiers actually found a shortcut in the map that Tamoya himself didn't even know existed. And that's how they snagged the 3 spots.
6-0 der Name, ne?
Of course, Kuta, one of the French players, he enjoys all the different sandbox aspects of the creative mode and sharing tons of maps with the community, so he's a creator himself. And then Hyzui, he's from Turkey. All of our teams almost are multinational. This player from Turkey, and then Dracius finally, the Swedish player who completed the map in 3 minutes and 28 seconds. That was the fastest time out of the Funky Fight.
Wieder links, wieder Koto aussieht. Look seine Kiefer an.
Hello, I'm Peter from the Funky Fighters. I'm going to win the World Cup because I am the only pro player in all players.
Or the player.
Leute machen.
So he's ready, we're having a good time. We're going to continue on and welcome the second team to the floor. It's going to be the Chicken Champions led by Rubius from Spain. They competed, as you can see them now on the floor, an elimination run created by Who's HN and Is Carrying Egg. The map was another one of these elimination runs where they actually recreated Rubius's room inside, but Rubius, the player from Spain, he held a ton of awesome live streams that broke records.
Best mate!
Right, teammates are Bensor, Karoro, and Ryan French. And now, of course, Bensor is from Norway. He's looking forward to playing here in front of this live audience. Very much excited.
Oh, doch ist
two controller players that are actually participating in the proms. And of course, let's not forget Ryan French from the USA. He aspires to be recognized as a speedrunner in the community. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, also in college, enrolled in Michigan. So that's awesome as well. A student doing his homework. Let's see if these teams did their homework ahead of the competition. Bensor, what did he say ahead?
Hi, I'm Bensor, and I'm Team Chicken Champions, and we're not clucking around.
I mean, a man of few words. You know, if you're ready to compete, you're ready to compete. Now, of course, we have 4 teams to take a look at. Let's head on over to the Fish Fam. They are led by legendary community and death runner Scissors. You've got Tyler, you've got Sand, and you've got Suzu up on that team. And I mean, honestly, this team is pretty dang good.
Yeah, absolutely. Led by Scissors, one of the creators of the kind of game mode within the creative mode, the death runs. We'll see what they're going to be competing later on, but Scissors has put together a strong team, and he's a leader too. So I can't wait to see what kind of chemistry the Fish Fam has put together with the rest of their teammates.
Yeah, and actually what's really cool about this is all team members are from different places. Scissors from the USA, Tyler from Canada, Zan from Denmark, and Suzu from Belgium. And funny enough, we actually had a moment to catch up with Tyler, get his thoughts on the competition.
Hi, I'm Tyler H. from Team Fish Fam. My group of players were the first people to qualify for the Creative World Cup, and we got the godfather of death runs himself, Scissors, on our team, so we're definitely going to take this home. There's no competition.
Some strong words, some confidence coming out there. So we're going to continue on and welcome. They're on the floor right now. They're serving it up. It's time for the trick shotters of the Little Whip Warriors, led by team captain Ninja. And they competed on a trick shot map, one of the most unique out of all of them. And they're whipping it up, Z.
That's right, man. You got team members Taco, FaZe Kaz, and Taldex 723. These guys are insane now. Ninja, I mean, everyone knows who Ninja is. Taco, he's from the USA. You've got Kaz. He's also from the USA. And he started playing Fortnite just 2 days after Battle Royale was released. And then Taldex, he's just looking forward to playing games with his teammates. You know, he's looking forward to being here on the stage. Look at how excited they all look.
Yeah, absolutely. Kaz had some words ahead, as everybody else did, so let's listen.
My name's Kaz from Team Little Whip Warriors, and we're the most skilled, the most creative, and honestly, we're just the best.
Well, there you go. Again, just, you know, when you're ready and you're skilled, you just kind of hey, it's fine, we'll be here, no problem. Next up, though, we've got the Ravens Revenge. This team is led by Gotaga. I mean, obviously, you guys know this man is the French monster. Teammates Magma, Artier, and Chappie.
Gotaga, who made the map, we talked about it. He actually has played in a number of different things, and we just saw Ninja. He actually once lost 19,000 in a rock, paper, scissors game against Ninja. That is an unbelievable sum of money.
I mean, sometimes these things happen.
It's during a charity stream, so, you know.
Yeah, it's all for charity. That's what this is all about at the end of the day. A little fun fact as well, Gotaga's, his trick and creative map was actually called Elixir City. We kind of talked about that a little bit before the pre-show. We're like, that is a dope name. But, you know, we've been hearing from the players. Next up, we're going to take a listen into Magma and hear what he has to say about being here today.
I'm Magma, and my team, Ravens Revenge, is going to do really good in the World Cup, and we're going to smash the rest of the competition because we have the Battle Royale skills, building, death run, we have it all.
Awesome. We're going to continue forward because we still have a couple more teams. The Llama Record Company is next, and this has some familiar names from the Fortnite scene, led by Hand of Blood from Germany. They competed on a 4-minute apocalyptic map where they had to survive, so not really a surprise to see Svenos, Carnifex, and Alex JJ there, they are veterans of the Battle Royale format.
That's right, and these guys have been competing, you know, since Summer Skirmish and beyond. These guys are amazing. Svenos has amazing shooting.
Ich stimme dafür,
He also actually played back in the Summer Skirmish, which is pretty cool. Carnifex out from Italy, and the favorite thing about creative mode is that you can pretty much build new custom game modes. You like to see it, man.
That's ridiculous and funny. You mentioned
aha, aber das habe ich auch gemeint, halt einfach da, dort wo Ninja drin ist, aber halt dort, das ist ja Ice Creams.
But again, no surprise that this team qualified in the survival map. We're going to see if they were spinning any plans up ahead of the game.
Ja, dann das.
Hi, this is Svenos. I played for DJ Lamas. We're gonna win this one because we have 3 pros in our team and a German that is very intense and aggressive.
Ganz schnell schauen noch einmal.
And of course, if you watched during the Summer Block Party, you know Sundown had the tongue twister of a name, and they gave it to me this time. The Sunshine Soldiers. Didn't mess it up. Let's go, baby. That's how we do things here. You've got dual team leaders, by the way. That's Danyan and Ashen from
Lil Wap
Mexico, respectively.
Warriors. Mo, Ninja Team ist das mit der Klasse-Skin. Klasse-Skin ist das mit dem Ninja.
This team competed on a speed run. They had to clear 100 checkpoints. Join them. That was for Turtle and Stuart said. So very experienced in these type of speed runs, elimination runs, the obstacle courses that you have to get through.
Yeah, for sure. And Turtle specifically, man.
What's the third circle kann hier auch eine sein?
And of course, some of the players that are all competing across the world. And they actually had a chance to catch up.
Hi, the Sunshine Soldiers are gonna win because we have 2 captains, so it's twice as good.
Ich hatte etwa so 16 oder so.
Twice as good. We got one more team to join us on the floor. It's my personal favorite team. Lachlan's Cuddle Crew, and he's joined by 3 players, MSYB.
Jetzt können wir sicher jetzt wirklich ein Team besprechen. Wer ist alles drin? Ist Tifu? Nein, ist nicht Tifu. Wow, aber Klartext, das ist doch der, wo du gemeint hast.
Landing up for grabs and up for the test of all the players. You can see they've got the matching team jerseys. This ragtag crew is going to bring it. Players need to learn out. Now, of course, everyone at this point probably knows who Lachlan is. I'm sorry, from Lockie's Landing. You've got MSYB, Clytex, and again, just a completely diverse group. Lachlan from Australia, MSYB from USA, Clytex from Germany, and Sandy out from Slovenia. Now, of course, as you know, we've been listening to the players. Clytex had a few words to say.
I'm Clytex from Team Cuddle Crew, and we have the best team synergy. Even though our name is cute, we are gonna destroy them and win this competition.
Look hinten dran.
Man, these teams are
kann man nicht mal anfangen.
And of course, creative
is a pleasure to
watch. I think we're going to surprise a lot of these players and you guys at home and here in the stadium with what you're going to be seeing. It's going to be a really, really great weekend, and today is going to be amazing.
Well, it's like the team captain surprised us with their beautiful maps. I'm excited to see all of them, how they contribute to the game. Lachlan, of course, he did have an opportunity to play at the Creative Showdown in June, so we'll see what he brings to the table, what kind of experience he brings to the table in being involved in that first competitive event in Creative.
Yeah, for sure, and of course, for you guys all at home who couldn't make it, we miss you, we love you, but of course, we want to give you guys the want to. So please, for your viewing experience with real-time stats and different points of view in-game, head to Fortnite.com/block and choose from this channel a dedicated map channel and 10 rotation options covering a selection of diverse players. We want you to be able to watch the way that you want to watch.
Nothing more.
So amped to be here. I could not be more excited. The fact that I'm actually standing still is, I think, a surprise to every single person. And of course, here is just a few.
Nee, ik ga jetzt niet iets things is video in.
The first place, second place feeds. They're all 10 feeds for your viewing pleasure. If you want to see someone specifically tune in to them, see what they're doing, how they're kind of navigating the maps, you can do that.
That's absolutely amazing.
Crazy.
Any POV, and just like you said, Zeke, I cannot believe you're still. I've been in the back room getting ready, and you're jumping up and down. So that means it's creative time, man. I cannot wait to get these games to get inside the Art Thrash. Again, I'm surprised we're standing still.
Bei mir ist nicht drin.
Right now, you need to open your eyes because this is it. 10 weeks of qualifiers, 8 weeks of creative qualifiers have led us to this very weekend. The Fortnite finals in New York City.
Ach, wir schauen gerade alles Livestream.
Champions.
Ich kann immer noch spielen und der Links sieht mich. Siehst du? Jetzt geht's los. Endlich geht's los. Wieso muss ich abstellen? Hast du eine Antwort bekommen vom Ding? Vom Alexei? Jetzt geht's gerade richtig los. Oder vom Niki?
Now, funny enough, we actually have Pookie who is standing by. She's chilling with the leader of the Funky Fighters. That is Tamoya.
Ey, Niki, wir können nicht zusammen spielen. Sie machen nicht stören.
Thank you so much, Zeke. I am here with Tamoya of the Funky Fighters. It is so exciting.
Wir spielen so oder so nicht. Wir schauen jetzt Live-Event. Was sind doch nicht Stören in der Gruppe? Stumm jetzt eigentlich. Eigentlich die nicht da. Ja, ich kann sie nicht. Ich kann sie nicht. Nein, das will ich nicht. Ich schaue die ganze Zeit in die Stream. Ja, ich habe mich auch gefreut. Aber ich hatte schon mit einem Kollegen, wo du kannst spielen.
Hast du Farbpicks umgekommen?
Nein.
So, I mean, Scissors is very well known for his death runs. Do you think you'll have any competition with him?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really hard beating him, but my map was also a death run, so I think my teammates have a good chance.
I wish you the best of luck.
War ganz doch einfach aus der Gruppe, wenn ihr da den ganzen Müll schnarrt.
Back to you guys.
Möchte ich mal etwas hören.
Oh man, the hype is building. Now guys, the show is getting ready to start, but there it is. You've got the 30 players in 19 countries represented across 8 different teams. The Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals are about to begin. You ready?
Ja, kreativ ist halt einfach ein bisschen zum Vorbereiten, oder so.
Without further ado, let's send it inside to kick things off.
Wow. Hier. Marco Seferino, wer ist das? 8, 2, 1. Ey, endlich geht's los. Bruh. Feine Burger.
Du bist
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How you feeling today? That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Welcome everyone to the Stadium. I'm Golden Boy, your host, and I couldn't be more happy.
Lil Vip Warriors. Ich sag dann jetzt einfach klassisch. Go Ice Cream, go Ice Cream, go Ice Cream, go Ice Cream.
We have a lot of cool stuff that's going to be happening here.
Oh nein, oh, ich habe aus Versehen wieder
The third Fortnite
oh nein, schon wieder.
About to go down. It is going to be incredible. You got some of your favorite content creators. They're going to take that stage and battle for your entertainment. Now, you know, we saw players that were coming out here. We actually have one that you all may recognize standing by with Pookie. Pookie, who you got for me?
Thank you so much, Golden Boy. I am up here on the main stage with Ninja.
Ninja! Woo!
Let's hear it. How excited are you?
Die tun jetzt alles noch Waffen und so, Skin und so.
This is something different for you, I'm sure.
Yeah. I haven't really done too much creative, but I've been playing a lot with these guys, obviously, the last 48 hours, and no, I'm really excited. I think we got a really good chance, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Ninja.
Now, tell me a little bit how your team came together.
Yeah, I checked out their clips.
Wenn du drück mal Text,
they stood out to me, they were special, and it was just an easy choice to pick these three guys. And you know, like I said, we've actually been bonding pretty hard the last 48 hours. So,
wir kommen einfach wieder zurück an das Pizza Burger Spiel.
You guys the Ninja Trick Shot Warriors, really?
That would have been awesome.
Also drück's mal wieder, weißt du?
Yeah, there's a ninja skin kind of in the game, so you know we could have had, you know, maybe some of that. That's all good. I like the little
Marco Severin, he, Null,
and anybody
Ninja.
that you're looking forward to facing off against here today?
Everyone here, you know, Gotaga, he's my fellow, you know, Red Bull competitor, essentially, and, you know, Scissors, because he talks a big game.
Ja, ich habe keine Zuschauer mehr.
That's it.
Vor 3 Nachrichten bekommen.
He does talk a big game. Let's see if he can back it up today. Thank you so much. I wish you all the best of
Ninja, kom bring
boy, what do you think?
As a piece.
Well, I think that's pretty awesome because the good news is we got 8
Lil
great
Whip,
teams that are going to be
Warriors,
playing
the
for
special
a
team.
$1 million grand prize in 3 very creative modes, which means today's really all about fun. And who better to have some fun with than none other? You got Monster, Sundown, over at the Cast Booth. Take it away, fellas.
And boys and girls, Jonesies, Bonesies, and everyone in between.
Welcome
to the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals. I'm one of your casters, Sundown, joined here by Monster. Monster, how you doing today, man?
Doing great. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. 10 weeks of qualifiers, and it's all coming to life. And this is what we're here for.
Yes, after the 8 trials now, what you'll be seeing on the stage will be 4 sets of 3 matches in 2 never-before-seen maps, and a little refresher coming from the Creative Showdown there with Sky Station Showdown. It's going to be incredible.
That's right. So you guys have seen the Sky Station.
You
know, they get to kind of but there is so much more that is going to happen that hasn't been unveiled today.
Oh, and I mean, it's good seeing the adaptation across these
Wat
sets. And they're going to get a chance to revisit them at the end with a little remix, but we'll get into that here in a second. Let's check out the overall scoring and how these guys are going to be competing. So, as we said, that first set is Sky Station Showdown. Junkyard Juke will be the second one. Set 3 will be a never-before-seen World 1, and then set 4.
Go Ninja, you are nice.
Now, the Golden Games will comprise of a singular match from each one of the other 3 with, as I said, a nice little remix on it. And the Golden Games is worth a golden llama, while all of the other sets are worth a singular silver llama. How do those llamas add up, Monster?
Yeah, you want to accumulate the most llamas throughout each set, treating each set its own individual thing with a couple games in between. So they're going to get a couple runs at it, and you just want to do the best in every set.
It's got the Met een finale.
It will come down to that golden llama. The golden llama will trump all. Now let's get into the prizing, which will also determine a little bit of the scoring. We'll take a look and we'll throw that up there for you. And the way it ends up working is from top to bottom. Each one of these contestants will be winning.
Oh my god, we gaan zo 55.000. Aber wieso in Kreativ gaan we 55.000 winnen, aber wij zijn door gaan we 35 genomen. Zo is het komisch.
Definitely want to get in the top 4 to bump up that score.
Yeah, that's right, and that is every game. Per match, we have a big winner. Of course, it's going to be divvied out between everyone competing, but come on, with the amount of games that's going on today, this is incredible.
En Micha, weet je niet wat gerade abgeht?
Tons of chances to win prizes from all of these guys. Let's take a look at the roster and all the teams.
Micha, gang op YouTube und nachher schau Sandro Müller ein und nachher Livestream.
And Achin representing as the captains, Funky Fighters with Tomoya.
Ja, aber weißt, wenn ich du Sandro Müller eingebe, dann kommen ganz andere. Wie schreibt ihr? Wie schreibt das?
Ninja Llama Record, which you talked about a lot coming up in here. And of course, the Fish Man is going to be led by Scissors.
Müller mit 2 L haben nichts geschrieben.
They've been able to go through, run, qualify. A lot of them have had the world run, or not world run experience, excuse me, but in those death runs, where but there are also some combat aspects. So we've seen Sky Station Showdown before. You know, there's going to be a little bit, I don't want to say advantage, but they might be a little more at home when you're actually firing bullets, building out, and trying to get those rotations in.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot underestimate any of these guys grind, and they all play
wie Ninja spielt.
Let's go and take a look at see a run and how they take these.
Ich glaube, erst zweit.
The VIP will be those creative captains, and they have to be the one in the capture point, uncontested to score points. They will get 3 points per second in the initial kill, the first team to 1,000 points.
Halt einfach Sandro Müller, nachher kommt so der eine mit Dingsbrille. Ja, ich habe ihn gefunden. Unten links siehst du ganz
mit dem Dings da, wo Leon Pike Group ist.
7 minutes into the round, point D opens up, where you will get about a lot more, right? 12 points a second. That is what.
Ich muss noch kurz anmelden, dann mache ich noch was.
You want a gun for the point D on the map. That's your comeback, or that's your lead taker.
Also, und was muss ich jetzt machen, bis an die Mühle?
Abonnieren, Glocke aktivieren und nicht zu vergessen, Socken inhalieren.
This map is a collaboration between Team Evolve and Epic.
Ja, was kann ich jetzt da schauen?
For this very special event, we are bringing you an exciting King of the Hill style game built in
Ja, was muss... Wie heißt der Titel, Junge, oder was?
Ich muss da nichts machen, damit du wie in YouTube einfach Videos schauen, wie es gerade live am Machen ist. Ist das so schwierig zu verstehen, oder was?
Ja.
Ja, bei dir ist kein Wunder.
Hey! Sandro Müller, genau. Ach nee, ich sehe so einen Fotograf, der hässlich aussieht. Auf den Bildern kenne ich so einen Fotograf, der hässlich aussieht. Wie gesagt, nein, hässlicher.
With 3 capture circles across the map, teams have to strategize to figure out which point they'll be able to hold.
Ich sehe das Video, wo vor 1 Stunde gemacht wurde.
Lots of teams are fighting for the same point. There could be an open circle elsewhere.
Ah, P4 Live-Übertragung.
Did I say 3 capture circles?
Bruh.
Actually, there's a 4th one.
Ist das richtig, gell? Es steht vor 1 Stunde.
Open up and will award 4 times more points per second than the others. But with high reward comes high risk. After each match, teams will be ranked based on how long they held
Ninja
in that game. Those points will be added to an overall leaderboard.
Ja, Junge, ich will gerne Fortnite.
The team with the most points wins. Let the showdown begin.
Love seeing that and getting a quick rundown on how the teams can go about playing. Now, Monster, I have to ask you, knowing the rules now, seeing the maps, who is your team to watch out for?
You know, early on, I thought the Little Whip Warriors and the Fish Fam were going to do good, but here
Wie gesagt, bei dir ist kein Wunder.
Gotaga now, I'm just shifting towards Raven's Revenge here. They swayed me. Their entrance has really swayed me.
They definitely had a lot of confidence down there in Gotaga. It can be very competitive at a drop of a hat. My team to watch, the Llama Record Co, Hand of Blood, Spenos, Alex JJ Carnifex. You heard him talk about it. 3 competitive veterans and a very aggressive German. That's a combination that I want to see on Sky Station Showdown. Now, we've done a whole bunch of I know why you guys are here. You know why we're here. It's time to play
some World Cup right now.
This is it. We are loading in. Everyone's hopping out. They are actually familiar.
Nur der Frau ist jetzt
off the bat here. Let's see who can take away and break away with that early saw there. Nice shot of all captains here. Warriors in the lead off the bat.
Already you can see trades coming out now. A fun fact, the Infinity Blade
gets
a bonus 100 health and shield. So he's sitting at the 200 mark. On top of that, Siphon is on. If you get an elimination, you get that 50 effective HP back over. That makes the Infinity Blade very hard to take down. They also get those big crescent move jumps to slam down. And as you can see going on the right-hand side, it is creative chaos all over the place. But now taking in with the Little Whip Warriors as they're able to clean it out. And Ninja's trying to rotate up top.
Yeah, I'm sorry to break it to you, but the Llama completely pushed off of their point. Now we have Ninja who's going in with the Infinity Blade. What a player to wield this one right here. Oh, he's getting pushed off. Looks like he doesn't even want to get eliminated. He wants to do as much damage as possible.
I think you just kind of reset and you go, or you get up there and you start swinging. The 75 damage will be able to take it down. The Llama Record Company establishes itself right back up. Now what's going to be interesting is how players utilize their building. You start with 50 wood and then 25 wood directly into the wood. So if you're able to kind of eliminate out and put pressure down,
jetzt sind wir jetzt bis auf 1000.
As we're already seeing on top of the blue hill.
Yeah, this is actually a neck and neck race right here in the early game so far.
Das ist Dings, oder? Du musst wirklich lange in dem Kreis bleiben.
Soldiers comes right on in to wipe that up and get them out of there. Nice job for Stewart.
And look at the Cuddle Crew across the way, just now getting their first points because they've been contested the entire time, whereas Llama Record Company has one team coming up towards them. Another thing to note, let's talk about the loadouts here, Monster. What are they rocking?
They're rocking everything that you can get in the game, from blue tactical AR up to that hunting rifle. So you have the long range, you have the close range. You kind of just pick and choose your battle, what you want to use.
And the one thing you're missing that the Infinity Blade wielder does not have will be 9 impulse grenades. So everyone has a bunch of mobility to be able to get up there. But you see right there, Scissors able to cut down a bunch and get a decent amount of timing. Look at the score.
Ninja.
Warriors climbing up, but it's
Out einfach Steve vom Ninja.
Uncontested lead, and they're building on it. Right now,
mit 151
when that hill opens up at 7 minutes, it's going to be that much more important.
Yeah, this is going way better than I expected. There is no one dominant team so far, but the Little Whip Warriors are doing so great. Now there goes Ninja, and he does get traded out. Raven's Revenge kind of takes it back over. We'll go Taga squad.
Eigentlich braucht es ja gar nicht Kill, du musst einfach dem Rechner bleiben.
Der Fahrbomber in diese letzten 12.
Right, and as soon as you're up there, teammates are not building for you, you're exposed for the entire map. Everyone else is able to see you. You can see Rubius go.
Fahrbomber ins letzte Team.
This Llama Record Company team is making to go platinum.
Eigentlich nur ganz so knapp.
It is very nice. Finally starting to earn some points, trying to break that, triple digit hand of blood. Little fun fact.
Oh my God, this is. Nein, Dings kommt näher. Da
That's impressive, but I wonder who the first
wie heißt das Ding?
Funky.
Ja, da wo ich
I do want to note for hand of blood. Look at the eliminations coming out of the Infinity Blade. Sitting on 7 and being aggressive. And the more he gets that siphon, but the Chicken Champions come out on top there. No tender defenders are going left.
Chicken Champions.
And now,
Good ball, that's all.
they're only about like 10 seconds or so behind the Funky Fighters?
Dude, wait a second. Where did the Funky Fighters come from? Suddenly they're at the top here, and the Little Whip Warriors have not managed to earn any points. Sunshine Soldiers looking at the festival up top, but it's Tomoya. We touched with him with Pookie early on. He said, you know what, he chose his players, specifically because they're great at death runs, but it looks like they battle it out too.
They're doing a very good job of making sure they go at the same time. You can see Tomoya doing everything he can to try and
da kriegst jetzt Kills, wie sie so.
His teammates are there. He's waiting for Kutu. There they are. Kutu coming up with him as well. The fight is on, but we switch back over to Scissors just chopping it down. But the fish fam is a sushi there as the retail.
That is actually crazy. Watch him kind of wait there, prepare the ambush. His team comes up and they collapse and bye-bye Fish Fam.
And notice they had enough mats to completely encircle the top, but the Infinity Blade will be able to come right out. So instead, Tomoya jumps straight up to just stall out a couple every second, because every second matters. As you see Kutu also on 8 elims right now. The sword player is putting in work.
Hätte schon eine
Funky Fighters and Fish Fam. Llama Record so close as well. This is a close one for the run in the top 5 so far.
And I like seeing the Funky Fighters using impulses out of spawn. You get 9 of them, so it's great to throw them off to knock other people off the point, but use 3 to get a little faster. These guys are all very experienced in terms of navigating basically every part of creative and battle royale, so they can use those little quick impulses to get themselves more efficient. As you see Zand go down, Suzu goes down. But Tomoya again, the Funky Fighters come out on top with the Infinity Blade.
Ja, ich gang etwa so in einer halben Stunde Geld schon etwa. Ich kann mir die Pläne, ich kann mir in Spanien.
Hold it down for now until the leader, the team captain, can get up to the top of the ground. Gets there in time, he might be able to, but nope, they kind of lose their point of interest, unfortunately.
Ice cream misses!
Now Gotaga goes up and goes
nice.
down, not able to catch
Genau,
him.
clean for Revenge.
You're gonna have to wait a little bit before they get points, but have full control. And Gotaga unfortunately breaks some of his teammates' build there with the Infinity.
Yeah, you see Chappie. Chappie's from, the USA. His favorite aspect of creative mode is actually 1v1 build fight. So this is why they're doing pretty good right now. And they kind of close it up. Looks like the Cuddle Crew has come back, but the Fish Fam is here to ruin that entire party. Can they shut it
Streame is immer noch ist.
just for a bit more?
Immer noch 300 Punkte.
The Funky Fighters go up. It is never a solo person. It is always two, most of the time three. They get control and then they immediately box up. But while we've been talking about them, let's check in back with the ring as we're now right around the third mark in a minute out from that 12 point per second circle. In Ninja's team, the Little Whip Warriors are Little Whipping all over as Tomoya goes up, comes back down, and the Shing Shing was not enough. Kudo takes him down.
Das haut einfach alles ab. 351 Ninja!
That's it, because
Ninja's doing a great job chopping up here. He's already at 8 limbs.
new kills has it's the Ninja.
Who went down right there, and they finally get another run at, you know, advancing the lead here.
And they are slaying out too. You see every single one almost to the double-digit marks. But Taco, hello. That was your head. Yeah, you gotta be careful because, hey, if all you're doing is sitting there rifling, that's fine. Somebody's gonna take a hunting rifle and make you pay. Lachlan goes up. MSYB is just behind him, and Lachlan is able to take that one over. Taz is trying to do everything he can, and he does get Lachlan. So good delay coming out from there, but opening up about a 20 second. But here we go. 3, 2, 1. Middle point is open. That's 12 point per second, and right off of the bat, we see Kudoku heading towards the impulse is going out, and a swing and a miss there with the Superman jump from Ninja. Not quite.
Jetzt den Müllpunkt damit der Dino oder wie?
Ja, ich glaube, das ist der beste. Ob der gerade
Ninja, Kill gemacht.
Whoever's the last one here is probably going to be the most successful. But remember, you need your sword.
Das hat mir ein Pike draufgelassen.
If Lachlan isn't there, it's not even worth fighting for. So
ich glaube, die Zone gibt viel mehr Punkte, wo Platz hat, kann man holen.
Good defense there. Down goes Hand of Blood. No points for the Llama record anymore. They actually use that. Just a couple seconds put them all the way back up to second place.
And two of the Kudoku right now have combined for 31 eliminations.
Oh, Ninja, David,
ja, Ninja sind eine Gruppe, ist drin, glaube ich. Oder?
Das ist der Turtle. Ah, nein, der Taco.
Nein, Ninja ist wieder überholt worden.
Ah, okay. Scheiße, jetzt haben wir Fisch.
Oh, 4.
Geht dort und die Gelbzone, die macht gut aufs Map Punkte. Extrem gut, wenn es da drin ist. Oh ja, Slama. Gang, wie sieht es? Ich schon die Hälfte, schon fast bei 600 von die Oha.
Yes, and they were using that 4x bonus on cap.
Ja, Ninja macht ja den Punkt.
It only appears after the 7-minute mark. So now that we only have 5 left in the game, it's up to whoever can hit that 1,000 first, or the timer runs out. But at this pace,
Bomberin dort, wo es weit mitmacht, die haben schon sogar den Ninja überholt.
Yeah, the Sunshine Soldiers are also racking up points quickly. What's interesting to see is the Fishman are pretty much now uncontested as everyone has
die Gelbzone gibt mehr Punkte,
but once you get later into the game, when you need to kind of go up a little bit more, consistent points end up winning out because everyone will turn their attention to the 12 points per second. You'll have impulses going down there, random hunting rifle shots, 24/7 because they see that tick happening. And look, as I said, all the sword players are down there, 2 of them going off, the attack shotguns being thrown up, walls everywhere, but it doesn't matter. Points aren't being scored right now.
Yeah, they're trying so hard to get all the bonus points that the Fishman is just like stealing away the lead right now. But also, remember, if their teammates pick up elims, you get that straight to your point, into your inventory. So they're able to fortify up there, and that's why they're just slowly growing.
And you can actually fortify to prevent the impulses from going in or make kind of a wall.
Oh my god!
Of his 16th elim, but hey, Scissors is chilling. Pumpernickel it up, man. Pumpernickel it up. Yeah, let him know. Let him know. There we go. He said, hey, you guys will stick to our strategy. Let's see if somebody wants to contest him. There it is right away. They go up, but all 4 of them. You don't want to run into this. They're ready and waiting. They know they have the lead right now.
Oh, nicht schlecht.
Oh, he's
schon so.
Look at him looking around, he's telling him to let him know, man, and that's what it's all about. They've opened up a 100+ point lead, but no contention, because everyone is tunneling on the bottom.
Uh-oh.
And I like this now. Now they're turning their attention outwards. Other teams kind of realize, wait a second, they're just up there scoring.
Like, what can you do in this
instance?
They see the other scores. That leaderboard is running for them. What they have to do, if you're the Lava Record Company, you hold the middle and lock it down for that time. And then the second you get the lead, start running at the fish fan. Don't let them come anywhere near any point. Nobody else is going to catch you unless they get the middle. Everyone's attention is there right now. And the Lava Record Company now has a 100-point lead back in the span of just 10 seconds.
They let their guard down one time and suddenly as a fish fan wasn't just farming all those points. Nope, fish fan no longer.
Ja, het is het is ook zucht, hè, men heeft verloren. Dit is ook een compleet.
Because Hand of Blood has 17 elims and he's going for the middle now. He's got his team ready. Let's see what he's gonna do. Hits the vent, goes right in, nice and sneaky. Oh, he's still waiting. Look at the big brain plays. Comes out the collapse.
Denkt halt 29 Kills vom Lama-Ding. 30 Kills hat er.
It's so close. It's just a few more kicks. One more goes over and that's it. Lava Record Cup takes the first match. Hand of Blood. Spin out Alex JJ.
Lama toch. Net Ninja.
We willen plaatsen Ninja.
Puur ja.
Ja, dat is... Wieso scheiße? Ja, dat is het.
Every game is worth so much money as well, so much
Ninja heeft typisch die koud zone goed.
That was your fan fave pick.
I mean, they had everything going.
Oh jongen, met die wissing die knoppen.
They had to make sure they were able to get it. You can see the last few moments, they'd already boxed themselves up, clearing out the Funky Fighters, who were the only other contestants. The Funky Fighters actually also passed the Fish Fam in the last moment, which is huge.
Alles voll am Döner
surprising, but what will end up being...
Let's go.
That's right, that is right. Loving his replay right there. The let's goes, the energy is real. You can clearly see the excitement. That was a great game to watch.
It's fantastic, honestly. I love Sky Station Showdown.
Nog alle video's, wenn ich noch was will, wo Sandro Müller oder Müller
Auto. Nee, dit hem ook 12 Stunden zu fahren.
Wann kosten? Spanje. Junge mit Flügel 1 Stunde. Dann.
Waar is het?
And if you're not doing that, the other players are going to be doing that. As you saw right there, what was unfortunate there for the Fish Fam is they got contested twice in a row right after and just couldn't get reestablished. They couldn't group together in those long...
Hey, ich bin enig Fischbanden. Muss schnell Skin wechseln.
Was heb je voor groot skin? Ik had geen skin, zou je nog kopen?
Ja.
Just one, dude.
One match? That was quick. All right, well, he jumped on the bandwagon. We're going to jump on over to Booth, who has an interview for us.
Thank you so much.
Ich bin no Skin. Leon, hast du mir Skin schenken?
Nein.
Bitte.
Have any of you ever played this? Let's go to you first.
Yeah, we
had a few trainings
yesterday and we were totally dominating the game mode.
Nee.
So, I mean, we are by far the best team here. And right now, we feel very confident, yeah.
Ik ben no Skin. Mag zo wie Luca? Darf je voor dit skin?
Mag niet even Luca.
I mean, that was pretty much me, yeah. Like, we
ja,
know
ik ben no Skin, want ik wat de skin zit. Je geeft je al een skin
So yeah, we decided to work on that. We weren't that good at first, but we got a strat going. So yeah.
Oh, wie lang gaat dat?
Speaking of strategy, are you going to carry that into the later games? You're going to change it up?
Wie lang
We're going to do the same thing. Hopefully no one follows us.
I mean, now all of your competitors have heard you say that, so we're going to...
Jongen, toen zeggen het vandaag doe ik even wat over
Now, finally, for you over here, how does it feel being here, playing in front of this massive audience?
Had ik wel de guy om 12?
The dream coming true.
Thank you. And for you over here, you've traveled all of this way to just be here, be at the World Cup. Is it surreal? How do you feel about it?
I've been no skin.
Really nice. Yeah, and we love Spando.
All right, well, we'll talk about that. You guys got to educate me on that. I'm not sure what that is. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations on taking the first game. Casters, back up to you.
Thank you so much, Llama, Record Co, Hand of Blood, Spenos, Alex, JJ, and Carnifex.
Aber die Lamas sind halt schon wirklich auch gut.
The creative finals, the first match on this stage. I mean, it was an impressive format. They clearly had a strategy they wanted to execute on. It took them a little bit to get there, but over the course of the game, they were consistently accruing points.
Yeah, I should have known last night they were really good. Saw them all in the hotel lobby. They were hanging out. Literally, as a group, the only creative team that I saw sticking together like a squad. Should have put my money on it.
Like I said,
Das mungrale Dübchen war.
Match in an interview, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fully on board, no problem."
Ich will auch.
This set has been so exciting. I mean, who are you looking out for? Who can contest that? And what do you think the next step is?
Ist doch England.
Lass mal das Thema erzählen.
And I agree.
Kann ich nicht denken.
Don't fix it. Like, stick to that if you're gonna keep winning. But what do the other teams do to now make them uncomfortable? How do you go challenge that?
I mean, honestly, we saw a lot of that team play off Fishman, right? You need your 3D blade wielder to come up and then get the team to back them up. You have to work together. And remember, when you catch an elimination, you get mats for it. So
yes, and the health back, but the first match is done. The second match is kicking off right now, and we will have a pretty good idea of where we're going. I'm excited to see if they can repeat, and now the second match is underway, and right away you can see some players sprinting out, some opting to take some hunting rifle shots as Lachlan grabs that Infinity Blade and goes straight up, and you can see, you can actually make it to the top, you can hit the bench, jump again, 2 jumps right away, Fishman, chicken contenders, awful, chicken champions, apologies.
Das wurde das. Einfach mit einem Ninja! Ninja ist! Ja!
Also halt sie es Team.
Ja.
I mean, Ninja, it knows those jumps. He's able to get around incredibly efficient, up to the top right away. But the early tack fights coming out, Tomoya able to ruin that one there, but then Tyler trades it right back out. And what really is important here is about establishing control as a team. You want to stay together and just get your momentum rolling as Ninja goes up, followed quickly by the Little Whip Warriors. Ninja goes first, gets one elim, gets two
Ninja. Ninja macht Punkt. Ja.
So Ninja was two from the back, one from the front. That was a very well coordinated beat.
Love how they did that, and now they're all holding it together. Kaz holding on the backside, keeping these players off the ramp. But it's Gotaga squad who's coming up the top here. It's Chappie, and Gotaga dives right on up into it. Doesn't matter, he just gets taken right down.
Ninja hat 2 Kills.
What you need to do here.
Six eliminations already coming out from them.
Ja, der andere, der kratzt. Der hat jetzt 4.
2 for Ninja with the Infinity Blade as Taldak is immediately spraying down shots, making it just a little bit more difficult. But boom, there comes the hunting rifle shots, and Taldak
Ninja geht jetzt aber auch nur aufs
Ina. Needs to back up and use his team there, and Gotaga goes straight up.
Oh, they need some builds for their backside because they are getting sniped straight out of that spawn point there. It's Raven's Revenge. They're just kind of gatekeeping at the moment, right? Look at Chappie's like, dude, I can't even go up right now because the team is up there.
It was a good challenge, and he did some damage, but Ninja was all over it. Now already up to 4 Elans, opening up a 60-point lead, but have to keep an eye on the other parts of the map as the Chicken Champions are doing their best to hold the top and get pushed out. Kaz finally gets taken
down. Ja, look, die jetzt auch schon. Die jetzt fast wieder 200, look. Jetzt heißt es 200.
Will he be able to clean that one up? And he does, but Chappie's on the other side. Slam goes down.
110 Abstand.
With your match 1 winners, the Llama Record Co, and they're already slaying out as well. 12 Elans for them, but 0 on Hand of Blood.
Hey, aber Ninja macht keinen Punkt, wir sind in die Gruppe.
The health will have the sword reject going.
Moment.
You can't use the build. Right? So other people need them.
He can't build, he also can't get hit right now, so he needs to be careful because he is 1 shot away from getting taken out.
Ja,
but someone dives right on up, he has to put that pressure down, and it's the Chicken Champion to make a quick end of him.
Chicken, war ist aber noch gut, warte. Dings ist noch gut, aber...
good attempted defense from Artifex. Was able to trade out one, but now we have two swords up top. Gotaga and Lachlan just trying to beat each other up, and Gotaga comes out the winner of that one. The Cuddle Crew team does pick it up there. Just remember, it's 3 points when you're standing in the circle. Uncontested, it has to be. When we hit 7 minutes, there's the 4th circle that is 12 points per second.
Definitely very intense for Tomaya here, who again has no health. The Funky Fighters are trying to get that dominant lead. They had 1.
You've lost 2 runs.
He's on camera there, gives a little bit of a taunt, and uh-oh, is he gonna challenge? No, stays back, says, you know what, points are more important right now. He's just focusing in on the points here.
Yeah. And you can see the Funky Fighters trying to prevent that ramp coming up. It's very efficient to just immediately, as soon as you come out, have 2 team members ramp up into the left or up into the right so you can get up to the first level. However, the Infinity Blade will break that in 1 shot, and you have a ton of rifle ammunition. All of these guys
Wo ist Ninjas in die Gruppe?
Let's see here. These are all the score points. You can actually see the
Immer
so you know if you really want to focus in and kind of shut down the team Ninja. The Llama Lords are not doing great this game.
This was the double jump I talked about. Ninja goes straight up. That's the first Elam. He's going to be able to watch his camera go up and challenge as soon as the team decides. But
ja, aber die sollte dafür keinen Punkt machen.
Raven's Revenge trying to get pushed out right here. Gotaga.
Nice.
Doing everything they can, but Talbot is going up the back. Chappie gets taken down for Ninja's 8th Elam, and he jukes him out, going straight back up top. Gotaga does he have the health to take it? First swing comes out, and Ninja goes down.
Yeah, he just needed another Elam to put him back in the game. You got to get that siphon bonus. You don't get the heals. It's really rough.
Ja, die hat
Blade to heal up because you know the heal time is kind of slow.
It's very slow. You can see the tick going up there. It's not something that you're going to be able to rely on, particularly when other players are getting the siphon off. If they're the ones trading out the shots, and those are long animations. Look at the challenge. The 3 different teams going up, and now it's just the Fish Fam and the Cutter Crew. Lachlan doing everything he can. Zan goes down, but tries to create a little bit of space. Eats the headshot from Suzuhu and disengages.
Cutter Crew finally getting a couple points here. It's been pretty rough for them so far. On this map here, can see this struggle just a bit. The story has definitely been Ninja's supreme dominance so far. He's doing pretty good right here. And even with no health, says, you know what, I'm not going to give away 3 points. Might as well go for it. So close.
Yeah, you can see him calling out the whites there on the sword, knowing they only need a couple more shots to get it as we switch back on over to the Cuddle Crew, who've established themselves there, but are still the first time we're really seeing them all together, but High-Tech immediately gets ripped from the spawn.
Yeah, Lachlan's team
Als je mag de punt, Ninja Gruppe. Also, was in de Ninja.
He's got a couple of eliminations. You can see Xandy here. 16 Elam, so definitely has some Slayers there.
Yeah, they need to figure out their game plan because they're getting Elams and putting things together. They have solid numbers, they're just not getting the right hill time. Maybe it's go somewhere else. You don't always have to go to the point that's directly in front of you.
Go Scout get naar nu nog de
stoppen. Somebody at their spawn, delay them so they
ja, als ik zeg, Scout get toch
a number of times, as you said before, you can see where people are spawning. If you want to go deny it, you can send somebody to deny them. Just know that player is coming back over and over and over with likely more resources than you.
Ja, gewoon Ninja. Aber ik ga best auf
Ninja wieder de lijn am abrumen.
And in just
That's a
1 minute, that new point capture game will be unlocked in the center of the map.
And they have a solid lead right now, just under 150 points. That disappears in the blink of an eye. That's about 50 seconds in that middle hill. That's just how valuable it is. But we saw the shift in gameplay that happened. Everybody tunneled it right away, and then the but after that, kind of cycled it down. Where the win was taken. And right now, Llama Record Co., we said they were struggling at the start. They're doing fine right now in second place, Monster.
They're definitely creeping their way right back up. They're about to hit that 300-point mark there.
Und ich glaube,
just on the point by himself right now, waiting for Hand of Blood to come on up, hopefully.
And again, no surprise, Ninja and his crew has...
Kills at Ninja.
The way they've handled this build is brilliant, because if you come up the steps, you're pushing into somebody's right hand, and on the other side, you're blocked off, as Ninja then just drops down Stuart 0-0-0-0, and he gets picked up with the alley-oop from Gotaga. Comes up with Magma, 1-2-3, Ravens out of nowhere, but the Little Whip Warriors don't care.
Jetzt kommt das in der Mitte.
Was stimmt mit dem?
Die Grabezone ist gleich auf. Glaube ich, die schlimm. Jetzt geht's zwei.
Lamas. Ich sage Lamas oder Robertson.
Ich sage immer noch Ninja, dass Ninja gewinnt.
Ja, aber Lama erobert die Mitte. Weil Ninja kommt. Ist Ninja vorher in die Mitte gegangen?
Little Whip Warriors as well, while contestation is happening down
Sie gehen immer noch auf die Grünen.
Schau mal, wie viel
6,5 Minuten geht's noch.
Schau, die machen es vor, die machen es vor.
Yeah, but look, Fish Fam's doing the same thing they did last time, just slowly, or actually, sorry, the Chicken Champions have adopted the strategy.
Fish Fam are doing it too.
Oh,
yeah, Chicken Champions are more.
Two teams who are just hanging out up top, no problem. All the other teams right now are contesting. Raven's Revenge has control of the
Ninja macht grad nichts mit.
Every hill is
Doch, Ninja Burger Punkt.
controlled by a team, not being
Oh, Ninja wird nicht
Chicken
right behind the Little Whip Warriors right now. They're almost in the lead here. They just have to kind of hold it down. Honestly, the Little Whip Warriors have to identify what platform they're on and go take it.
Well, this is what happened to them last time. They kind of had a good lead and then stalled out. You need a game plan with the middle platform going. You either need to stick to it, or depending on the score, be adaptive. Because right now, Chicken Champions, they're being fine. As long as somebody isn't controlling the middle, they're going to be able to have that lead. And you can send one person to just throw impulses down there over and over.
Hier haben wir Fisch auch noch.
Nein, Ninja.
Looking good on this other point, and now he's in the top 3. They weren't even close before, but just by slowly, slowly but surely.
Jetzt machen sie wieder ein bisschen.
Yeah, Little Whip Warriors actually unseated the Chicken Champions there from their control point. They're taking it over. They're trying to get it back. So that's a battle right now. But the Funky Fighters out of nowhere, middle hill.
Die auch schon, ja,
just
jetzt
like
haben sie auch
that, in
Chicken
the first place,
Champions.
going to pass 700 in just a second. No, get pushed out, and now they're back in there. Tomoya going off right now. Lumberwreck and Co. down there and trying to push him out. And you can see they're contesting it over and over again, but they're not getting the points they saw last game, falling off the pace.
Yep. They are slowly just battling for this #1 Chicken Champions to overtake it now as well. The Fish Fam not too far.
Nein. Ninja wird viert. Nein, nicht.
You take a victory, you win 55,000 bonus in prize.
And right now, Suzu is going off 21 eliminations. And right as I say that, apologies for the caster curse, but 21 eliminations from the Belgian. He loves practicing his builds and creating. Showing it off here with really clever.
Ja, Ninja!
Ah, blijf spelen.
Ja, zet de lijn, mag ik ook.
Als je leidt.
All over the place.
Aber Fortnite immer ganz allein. Die anderen sind irgendwo anders Ninja seine Gruppe wird wahrscheinlich gewinnen, wenn alle Spinnen anziehen.
For how long we will find out here, as this is their story, because they need these points desperately here, and a blood still alive, just long enough to get a couple more points. But Scissors is playing the long game here, just eating away at the threshold here at the top.
So Suzu isn't grouped with them. I'm assuming they've sent him to just go either watch middle, either middle control. No, he just came up the backside. There you go. They're just like go flying at people as the cut.
Ja, bedingt it is.
Ja,
Scissors gets taken down,
but the Funky crash. Oh
No,
no!
No, they got stopped. 1 point.
Yo, so if you are the Fish Fam or
Ninja
right now, you have to stop them. If that Infinity Blade wielder gets out of spawn and goes anywhere for 1 second, somebody has to deny him. It is all on Tomoya. Anywhere he goes,
wenn sie jetzt so aufgeholt werden.
A singular, uncontested second will be the victory for them. These are the final moments here, Sundown. Look at him, he's got a slight grin on his face, he wants to do it. Is this
Wieso geht er nicht einfach schnell da rein?
he takes the stake, He does miss.
Ich müsste doch nur schnell eine Schiene laufen.
Now his team's up there. Oh, yes, still sweat just a couple of times. Can he win this straight? He does not.
And as you watch, check the points on the right hand side.
Oh my god, you know the difference.
Llama Record Go gets the
So,
control.
Casey ist mit, oder wie der heißt. Ninja ist mit. Ninja ist zweit. Ja, Ninja ist allein mit. Oh mein Gott. Ninja ist allein in der Mitte, was kann er machen? Nein.
Jetzt ist es noch so. Scheiße.
Ja, was kann Ninja machen? Er ist allein in der Mitte.
Ja.
What an intense endgame too.
Ja, aber zweit.
Vorher was man weiß gar
Anything
nicht.
can happen in those final moments.
I'm telling you, I love the Sky Station Showdown. Can't wait for more people to start playing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Monkey Fresh Fighter.
Max ladet mich.
You can see them
Ja,
just so
Mensch.
excited, so happy. Let's take a look at this final replay. Now again, we talked about it. The impulse is being a great denial. Right there as the player goes down, set back.
Aber irgendwie ist es nicht spannend.
The jump monster.
Es ist einfach nicht so gleich wie sonst Fighter.
Wrapping it all up, but it was just good enough. Like you said, he only had to stay there for a bit, and even when they were bumping him out, that's it.
And I mean,
Ja, stimmt, was die anderen alle sind.
second after going off, the team's doing everything.
Aber er hat auch am Ninja sein Team auch ein bisschen gekauft.
Aber TPU ist nicht drin, gell?
Nein, die sind echt bei den anderen Sachen. Die weißt du wo. In den Solo und Duos, dort sind sie auch echt dabei. Montreal und so die.
Really?
Heftig.
Okay, just gonna bandwagon right after. Yay, the next team who won. I'm their fan, but no, great performance coming out from them. And it's one thing we talked about, right? The adaptation that happened.
Mo, ich habe dich abonniert.
Llama Record was like, oh, we're gonna stick to our game plan.
Ich muss nur das Ding so machen und dann abonniere ich dich. Ich kann hier, look, wir können hier Box das da installieren oder was das jetzt.
They were able to make sure that they got time in the middle when Little Whip and that team weren't able to get their Llama Record and Little Whip going at it.
Weißt du was, ich spiele jetzt ein bisschen andere Minigame, wie es wieder weitergeht.
Yep, and that's just kind of how it happens, you know? Now they find themselves one step closer to taking the Silver Llama for this set. Because remember, at the end of the day, these are just the games, but they have to take the entire set. Now the pressure's on.
The pressure is on, but the Funky Fighters have a little bit of pressure off of their shoulders because they know they got that top spot. We have Pookie standing by on the top deck with the Pooks. What do you got for us?
So, that's fun.
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with our second game winners here. Congratulations, guys. First off and foremost. Now, where you guys were just sitting. You needed 1 point left to win. What was that like?
Oh, I was really nervous. Like, I was just imagining, like, losing with 1 point.
Aber das gehen so 800 Kilometer meistens.
And we did it, so.
It was definitely devastating. I was screaming in my seat. I heard all the fans in the audience screaming for you guys as well. So going into the next phase, what do you guys think your strategy is going to be? Are you gonna keep doing what you're doing? You're gonna mix it up a little bit?
I think doing what we're doing is fine because first game we got second place, second game we won. So yeah, we're gonna try and do the same thing and hopefully win again.
And hopefully have more than a 1 point buffer, right?
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. Now just coming over here to
Leon,
you.
du hast mir ja so Spiele gesagt, gell? Ja, das Ding da, wie heißt das?
Ja.
Wie kommst du dort Herzchen über? Ich habe noch kein Herz bekommen.
Was war's?
Bei der Basis kann man so ein Herz machen. Ich habe noch keins bekommen von jemandem.
Is it your first time playing together as a team?
Doof, hä?
Well, you guys definitely
Und du
made
hast
it look
4.
super easy.
Hast du mir einen Tipp gegeben, was ich bauen? Ich habe jetzt einen Laserzoom gebaut.
Was hast du? Ah, du meinst so. Was? Du hast es gröber als ich und du hast noch 0 Herzen.
Ja, warte, schau mal meine Basis an. Schau mal meine Basis an. Und ich habe noch 87 Gems. Also 87 von diesen Dings hier. Soll ich die Basis für 75 kaufen? Also für 75 jetzt von diesen Juwelen oder was ist?
They didn't practice, they're just coming out here and wiping players up. So, a lot of talented players here at the Creative Finals.
I mean, Tomoya talked about it. He was like,
Sandy, spielst du auch noch ein bisschen das Burger-Spiel?
With their death run ability, want to see what they do in the Olympics.
Mal unten links, aha!
But incredibly well so far at Sky Station. That's going to be a confidence booster because
mal unten links, seht man das Video?
Leon, ich könnte bei mir ein UFO bauen. Soll ich das machen?
Mach doch.
Also ist dir egal.
Mir ist egal, es ist deine Basis.
Junge, ich weiß nicht, was ich mit diesen 85 Juwelen machen.
Ey, wie viel Dings hast du?
Was?
Wie viel Geld hast du in Brawl Stars? Brawlcoins.
Hey, Brawl Stars?
Ja, wie viel Geld hast du?
700 etwas.
Ich habe 1700 irgendetwas.
Ja, ich gebe schon fast jeden Tag aus. Leon, aber ich habe mir so eine gute Waffe, glaube ich, gekauft. Ist die gut?
Mit was tust du das jeden Tag ausgeben? Mit was?
Mit Powerpunkten und so. Ja, Leon, ich habe so eine Waffe gekauft, die ist legendär. Sie hat 400 etwas gekostet. Also hier ist die Aktion für 100.
Ist das legendär? Also du hast erst eine legendäre Waffe?
Nein, 2. Nein, 3 haben.
Gut, ich habe 17.
Und etwa 2 denkwürdige haben.
Ich habe 17
ist die gut? Ist die gut, Leon? Frost, Strahlwaffe.
Die habe ich. Ja, die
ist die gut?
Ja. Oh, warte, es geht weiter.
Die habe ich mir gekauft vom Dings, wo es Rabatt gegeben hat für die.
Ich habe alle Skins in diesem Spiel, wirklich alle.
Hey Leon, kannst du mal auf Dings gehen, das Spiel und schau meine Basis an? Der Laserzoom wird morgen fertig sein. Leon.
Absolutely amazing take in the center on
this
first
game.
With a hand of blood, staying in that point.
Kannst du Kippet Dings gehen?
Oh ja.
Guys, 2 matches down on Sky Station. Showdown. We'll see where Monster lands at the end of this because I will maybe join you on that bandwagon. Guys.
Leon, schau meine Basis an.
That's starting to get a little awful crowded. Real quick, you guys hopping on those bandwagons.
Kannst du mir zeigen, wie hier ist? Es kommt noch ein Laserzoom nennen, da wird aber erst morgen gebaut. Also morgen ist er fertig.
Ich baue mir jetzt alles, was ich habe.
It's been so fun to watch the difference of players who's able to be very strong with the Infinity Blade.
Ich baue mir hinter. Leon, warte, gang mal auf Basis. Leon, gang mal auf Basis. Und auf Gebäude.
Teamwork happening here and why not just hop right into a game right now, right? Let's go see some more action.
Findest du das Kontrollzentrum gut?
Man, musst du immer so laut reden? Was hast du gesagt?
Ich weiß das Kontrollzentrum gut, wo 75 Juwelen kostet.
Ich bin ja noch nicht mal drinnen. Ah, jetzt bin ich drinnen.
Alright, gotta love those players just kind of beelining out.
Ist sie gut?
Don't forget, you know exactly who your neighbors are. You know who is to your left.
Also ist auch die Bauer, oder ist auch ein super Bauer?
Mann, es ist mir doch egal, Bau was vor.
Look at our captains right there.
And right away you can see a number of teams finding
Mir ist es so egal.
Ja, wieso baust du überhaupt etwas? Wenn es dir egal ist.
Wenn ich Lust habe.
Yeah, this is what matters right here. Is stopping the funky fighters because clearly
Einhorn
work together as a team so far. Tomoya is
Einhorn.
14 Minuten geht's gehen.
Soll ich Einhorn kaufen?
Kannst du, wenn du willst.
It can go any which way depending on who has the most victories really in the best.
Ich hab mir jetzt weißt du was gekauft. Ich hab Himmelstor. Also das kommt jetzt erst übermorgen.
Ja. Wie geht das aus?
by Ravens
Also
Revenge.
sie
Das Himmel
am Anfang.
das Goldige.
Some time kind of listening in there. Conifex was
Ah,
slightly from the
das
side.
sind
We
Teammates.
have Taldak here jumping right in from the Little Warriors. He's going toe to toe. So Tog is down and out.
So, if
Oh,
I
nicht.
belong
Oh,
with
was
Ravens,
war das?
and I know I won a match, and then I did okay in the
vind
last
das
one. They were
normal.
fourth, so they were there. They're close.
Da vorne ist auch ein Schwufu, wenn es geht.
Do you send somebody?
Was redest du? Du kannst dir gar nicht das UFO kaufen. Wir spielen jetzt Brawl. Bei Hintergrund. Fang mal auf Hintergrund. Ah, du meinst das? Ja. Dynamisch. Ich darf das kaufen. Mach. Ist mir egal. Ist mir egal. Egal. Michi, kommst du Brawl Stars? Kann man UFO kaufen. Kommst du Brawl Stars?
I like to hear it, Monster. That's fantastic analysis. That's why we keep you around.
Kann.
The breakdown and making sure you challenge the initial opinion.
Aber look, komisch ist, ich habe immer noch kein Herzen. Haha.
Yeah, even like Gotaga's team is
Ey, warte, komm,
still
ich lade gerade.
relatively well so far. Here it is, he just kind of goes toe to toe and Ninja strikes him right down. Oh, but his teammate comes on in, Ravens Revenge. Who is that? Magma comes right up to the top, and maybe he has a little fun fact about Magma. He's from Australia, he started playing in Fortnite Season 2. His favorite aspect of creative mode is actually speedrunning. Always finds new ways to kind of play the game.
I mean, good on him, man. I would get incredible.
No.
These guys do the speed runs and how quickly they go through and how efficiently. It just reminds me why we're up here talking about it and watching them do this creative madness as Scissors cuts through the competition, goes straight up to delay and right back down. Cuddle not quite able to get him. He goes up again, so right now just denying the Cuddle Crew the points. But we talked about how right now pushing into the top three.
Yes, the Cuddle Crew. Come
Komm,
on, make a big
Ninja,
hit.
jetzt holt er auch
The game is
Punkte.
worth
17. Ah, scheiße, die 17.
up in that top four
Leon.
so that you can take a little bit more home with you. Here it is, Ninja. Disengages, actually just takes down Magma. And hey, I like this guy. He says, you know
Ich tu noch schnell fressen, ist gut? Was machst du? Ich tu noch schnell fressen und nachher komme ich durch. Oh, echt? Ja, bis du fertig gegessen hast, bin ich schon in Spanien. Schön.
I love that. That was like 200 IQ. Low key right there. Very well played. But back to Gotaga and Hand of Blood here in the same shot. Hand of Blood just, he can't do
Raven ist halt auch schon eine hohe Glocke Skin.
go up the ramp and then hops right to the
Ah, der
top.
Ninja
Back to
Kid!
Gotaga, who's
Scheiße!
point by
Was ist
himself.
dein Problem, Mann?
Kind of bait him into the close. Can he get the hit? And he does. Talon goes right down, straight to the top.
That was sick, using the jump right as the animation had started to make sure he flipped up from the bottom, dodged the Funky Fresh Fighter out. Gotaga now getting picked from the side, 3 of the Funky Fresh Fighters up there doing everything they can, and the shots will come out. Trying to find it, and Dracius is coming back up to try and get some defense there for Gotaga, instead just gonna disengage.
And it's actually prime movement right there as well.
Wenn dort noch Pro dabei ist, ist sie eigentlich immer irgendwie nicht so gut drin.
Sneak in and get some extra damage. And here it is, someone's in front of him. He only needs 2 sweats. He goes down, he gets the siphon. Oh, cannot convert another, which would have kept him in the game. His teammates are here though.
We're seeing a lot more points being assorted. It's a little more top heavy this game, going towards the 10-minute mark right now with Ravens Revenge and Wamba record 100 points clear of the rest of the field.
Unfortunately though, the Funky Fighters have fell to the bottom of the totem pole. If they can't come up to the top, they actually are pushing themselves way out of the average, running for the win of this set. So they really need a massive comeback here. But Savannah is showing why he's here with 13 eliminations already, and bye-bye, falls down. Lucky for him, no fall damage.
Yeah, it does reset, and that might be one of those
Sandu, wenn du nicht willst mitmachen, wie viele Kills willst du machen?
I'll say in a bit, I gotta respawn.
Smart play for him. Sunshine Soldiers having
a
for themselves as well right now. Not quite sure who they pushed out here, but the impulse are flying overhead. And Gotaga, they're doing so good at holding the point here, and this is why they're in the #1 lead. But they don't have too much cushion to play with.
Oder du versteckst dich in der Zone.
Ja, jetzt bin ich das sogar dort, wo Speed mitmacht, die überholen sogar nicht.
Making their lives difficult this game, but up comes Ninja. RTA goes down, Chappie goes down, Ninja gets the slam. Gotaga really be able to find the last hit. Ninja intelligently backs away and strafes it out. Teammate picks that one up and they get control.
Das sind dann gerade die größeren. Wo man
you don't have your captain there to seal the deal for the points afterwards, you don't earn anything from it. Gotagi's thrown himself into the fire, straight into the point there. Here it is, Tomaya's team has fallen to last place. Can they make a miraculous comeback here? Before the 7-minute mark,
and I mean, generally we talk about cast occurrences, it might be like player jinxes going on right now. Everyone's saying, yeah, we're doing well, we're going to stick to our game plan.
That just shows you no one is safe here. These guys are evolving, and they're playing a better game after game. Here goes Scissors. He needs one more swipe there, but Clytax wins the small engagement.
And Clytax has been lagging out. He's been playing so incredibly players' faces and doing it all with that rare tech. But he's been consistently highest up there in terms of Elam. You see Porto trying to get some pressure down, but good defensive building there from Cororo. Ryan Frantic comes up the side and cleans it up, but there is Hand of Blood directly down. Danya is also up there. We got a three-way battle. Chicken saying, this is our roost, get out.
Coming right up to own it all for themselves. Rubius doing so good right now. He's from Spain. He actually has a record on, what's it, YouTube for live streaming? 1.1 million viewers.
Oh, jetzt geht's wieder auf die Geld.
Content creators in Spain. Will they be able to push down towards the middle? As you can see, Little Whip and Lava Record Company already down there.
Ja, 2 Zuschauer, nice.
As the Funky Fresh Fighters go in.
Muss mich schnell anlegen.
Hear the shots over the impulse grenades going off. As everyone's like, no, we've seen how this goes.
The Funky Fighters need this. The Llama Record Company need this.
Und der geht's los nach Spanien.
It's riding on this game right here. They have to get as many points as possible.
Spanier, der Banier. Aber ich möchte sonst im Handy, wenn ich darf.
They are nearly 300 points clear of the next team. Nobody else is contesting there. The Cuddle Crew has not been able to catch up a little bit, but they've both just established control in their top zones. And Cuddle Crew won't pass Raven's Revenge by just sticking with 3 points. They're in a fantastic spot to win this match.
Yeah, they've actually been very consistent as well, right? They've been doing okay in that top 4, just doing a pretty good job at staying relevant after all of these rounds. So if Gotagi's team takes this, we actually don't know who can take this set right now.
Ja, wie es auch aussieht, wenn Ravens so weitermachen, gewinnen sie. Ja, fast 800.
Right now you can see Tomoya coming in, doing everything he can to knock it down. Carnifex challenging as best he can, and Lachlan is just hanging out inside the cone.
Lachlan's doing a great job here. He's just kind of hiding, loving the low profile, kind of position and take care on the point. He was hidden, but hey, he has to come out now and defend himself. His 3 chickens surrounded.
Oh man, they're supposed to be the tender defenders, but that was a whole bunch of aggression coming out from them there as they now immediately look and start to take shots. And the Ravens Revenge have now finally been unseated from their 3-point game. So a little bit of room to start for the catch-up, but it is utter chaos in point D as Tomoya gets taken down and the Funky Fighters are still in 8th place.
There's still 55,000 minimal on this game alone here. You want to win this one. Ravens Revenge. Can they hold it? Cuddle Crew find themselves a big piece of the pie here.
Gerade auf Spanien. Jetzt geht's gerade auf Spanien. Was? Hast du eigentlich 2 Accounts gemacht? Bei einem zeigt mir immer noch an, dass du, also bei dem Spiel, dass du 1300 Pokal hast.
Oh, ich kann da die Push-Drauf haben.
Okay. Was? 1200? Nein, das muss ein Irrtum sein. Doch, im Bild steht das. Und ich kann... Aber ich weiß das auch. Ich kann ja noch nicht mal online auf Brawl Stars. Ja, mir zeigt immer an, dass du an bist. Noch, Leon, ich bin halt noch nicht gut im Clan, gell? Nachher bin ich da für Brawl Stars, gell? Ich denke, cool, das steht, wo du bist. Noch habe ich Brawl Stars gestartet, du spielst Brawl Stars.
23 und dann 16 geküsst.
Aber Leon, wenn es bei mir auch eins gibt, dann haben wir angegeben für Brawl Stars, dass ich 2000 Kunden pro Kau habe. Welcher kommt schon Brawl Stars? Warte. Ja, da kann ich gar nicht reden. Ich kann nicht raten. Gut, du bist schon in der Runde. Das Ding ist halt schon noch grob. Hey Leon, spielst du eine Runde? Ja.
Wow, die anderen können auffallen.
Ja, ich kann nicht so gut. Gut.
Ein Kuschelkühl,
für was ein Hut im Auto? Für was ein Hut im Auto?
Kopf an Kopf.
Denk alle!
Es gibt immer Abwechseln. Oh, Scheiße. Oha.
Und. Bam.
Der andere ist knapp nicht geschafft, Kuschelkühl. Aber wenn der Kopf. Rabe.
Ravens. Hey, aber irgendwie Drama gewinnen so fast immer.
Just the fact that they stepped on the point, they couldn't earn points and they lost the lead. They were just a tick ahead.
Ich mache Durchrunden.
Oh, der denkt auf 25 Kills hat.
Hä? Ist auch ein Spiel auch abgestürzt.
Nein, ist rausgegangen, aber du hast gespielt.
That stage, I have no idea. Those guys do though. We you know, at some point before the day's over, we really got to recap the other point of a point of view there, because they had it. They were one tick ahead. They were there, knocking on the door, 55,000 away from bonus prize on top of this entire competition. It was right there. They got taken away in this
Sky
Station showdown. The clutch little moments, the interactions that happen, very similar to Battle Royale, where every single thing that is happening on the
ich habe es ihm schon auch gesagt. Aber ist gleich gut. Zwischendrin tun wir noch ein bisschen schlafen.
Magma, Arthur, and Chappie as well. Just a great performance out of them, taking the top spot in the final match of the first set.
Now I get to say, I was right the whole time. I started off with, Raven's Revenge, kind of making me feel like, hey, these are my guys. Let's go with your gut, guys, all right? Raven's Revenge, that's who I said when I started this whole thing. I told you.
He's not wrong. They were able to take it there, but we're going to throw it up top to an interview with Raven's Revenge with Zeke. Zeke, you there, buddy?
I am here, son. Now, thank you so much. Fun fact, Monster did in fact say Raven's Revenge would win. I've got your back, Monster. I am here. You guys got your revenge. I got to ask, first question to you, Gotaga. How does it feel to be here in the stadium, the fans, the roar, and to be facing off against your peers? Was it what you expected?
Honestly, it's crazy, and I have
hey, du sie lange doch, Sandu.
From our mistakes, and I'm so glad to be here. To be honest, that's I don't know how to describe it. Like,
it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy being here. I'm right there with you.
Wieso schreibst du es denn in die Chat?
Is it you? Who is it?
Kind of all four of us. We were playing too afraid at first, so we just had to go in there and just kill them as fast as we could, and then spawn trap. That was our goal.
Okay, what's the strategy like? Are you guys, talking through at the beginning? Are you guys waiting for someone else to make a move? Or are you guys like, no, we're going in first?
Yeah, we're trying to, really pressure Ninja's team. We're trying to put pressure on that green point. And, we were able to control it over them. They ended up wussing off over to the center. And, we were able to play our game and play what we wanted.
Awesome. All right, final question. What do you want to say to all the fans that are here watching, cheering you guys on, and from home?
I don't know, it's just incredible. I'm happy that so many people are here. I don't know, just enjoying the show. It's amazing, honestly.
Well, congratulations, guys. Now, I believe for now, we're going to send it over to Golden Boy, who is standing by.
So, jetzt kommt die 4. Runde.
Wie viele Runden sind es?
Ich glaube 5.
Ja, da kann ich easy fertig schauen. Noch im Auto.
Brilliantly done there from RTA, Magma, Chappie, Gotaga. The teamwork from them was just on point. You talked about it. All 4 strong players from Gotaga, and they're happy with the final result.
Hure viel, hä? Ey, Respekt an dich.
Mein höchstes Video hat über 1000 Aufrufe, über 1000. Das war nicht vergleichen kann mit Apex und
Fortnite. Something that, you know, was kind of interesting. He called Ninja's capture point and green point. These guys are like that focus here. He's like, okay, we know who's kind of farming which ones. And they're shutting players down, shutting down their competition so that they can take these sets.
Well, that's the next step, right? As soon as you're immediately in there, and that's the big part for Sky Station that I enjoy, is you have the ability to see where the other opponents are in relation to you for score. So if you want to go
schon noch cool, dass Fortnite so beliebt ist wie so ein Fußballmatch.
But you can effectively help your team the most by just denying the other guys and being like, hey, you don't get to play this. And occasionally, if you put enough pressure on them, maybe they default to rotating the other way. Maybe they go somewhere longer. Maybe they have to wait and only pushes forward. All of those are advantages you can get by just putting pressure on another team. And there's so many different layers. And I think when we see the remix for this, it's going to get even more exciting.
Yeah, don't forget, guys, here and at home, there's a remix version. We have some nice twisted surprise that we will see unfold as the day goes on. That was just our first iteration of this round, and honestly, it was a great set. But that just leaves us with the question, too. The Funky Fighters, they had an amazing opening, right? Second place is great. You get big prize bonus for that. You win game 2. And then you kind of flop game 3. Depending on where they went, their average might have really been anchored down.
Yeah, that ends up being really, really, really harmful. But luckily there, if you're in the 4th to 8th range, there's no additional, I don't want to say penalty, because they're all getting $10,000 for the match of itself. So there's just no additional gain after that fact. You're still able to stay par. So 4th would have been just as bad, but 8th, you're kind of looking like, oh, that'll really bring down the average. It's not the worst case scenario going on there. So they should still be at least in the running, but you can't be comfortable.
No.
Like, not at all. It's so incredible, and now we are going to go over the stage. We have the results, and your set 1 winner is the Funky Fighters. The last match was not enough. The singular win in the double goes over to them. They will have their first silver llama, and there he is throwing it up. And I mean,
that's the last match.
They did it. I thought maybe it wasn't enough, but it was. Love this celebration right here.
You kind of are like, it's a little, I don't want to say like bittersweet there, but it's like, oh, you kind of like get pushed out in the last game, and then boom, you get it. But now the silver llama, but they're happy. They realize, and the big thing, that gives them a leg up for the rest of the competition. If they can win the next match, another team has to win both of them. But such a great job from the Funky Fighters, sticking to their guns, staying with the strategy, getting 2 top 2 place finishes. Wonderful thing.
Actually love this, they're all getting together, showing team harmony. They're clearly having to take the first set. That's amazing. They're all to the right start, really. They can get another 1 or 2 of those, and this entire creative finals is theirs.
Well, and again, we talked with Tomoya beforehand. He was like, yeah, we're really confident when we can get in the races. We want to be on that world run. We know we can do there. We have some really good runners. And then they turn around and do that?
I was going to just go down. Yeah, I was just going to tell you, I was like, you know what? Yeah, this wasn't even their strong suit, right? He did a death run at some point as when he recruited his people.
Ja, van
So, for him to take what might be one of our sessions, that's actually crazy. And here's the team standings.
Funky Fighters.
Team standings, so Llama Record Code do just get edged out by $1,500 there. The Funky Fighters, you can see on the right-hand side, have been silver Llama. Rounding it out, you have Raven's Revenge in the top 3, Cuddle Crew and Little Whip Warriors both at 55, sitting in 4th and 5th. Fish Fam, Sunshine,
Sunshine Solitaire.
And then 8th there are the
Sunshine Soldiers.
This is
one
of 4. There's still tons of creative games to be going on. I mean, it's been so good, and like we talked about earlier, we have a never-before-seen map and game mode for you guys. Now, I know we released Prop Hunt. It's something that's kind of similar to that. How many of you guys have played at some point in time, right? You've been there, you've done it. I know, whether it might have been a little while ago. Junkyard Juke is a red light, green light Prop Hunt version where you will have 2 teams sitting up as guards, 6 teams running. It will rotate through every single one of the rounds, and here you can see how to win. You have to dodge those guards, sprint into the center, and incinerate yourself in order to get those points. There are 4 rounds per match.
Ik geloof ik moet het opdraaien, af op Spanje.
You only get to be guard once, and while you're guard, you do not accumulate points.
Dat heb je me dan niet zeggen.
Through the props themselves, so when you are on the prop side, you are large objects and try and get it to the incinerator under their guard tower. It's actually really difficult. Like you said, it's a hybrid. It's a red light, green light, / prop hunt style. This is a pretty tough game mode. We've played a fair amount of it. I got my hands on it. It's actually a lot harder than it kind of sounds.
So it's something that is just completely different. I don't know how many of you guys have played Prop Hunt. Definitely check it out.
Zijn stel je voor, du kannst zeker ook op deze zo'n plaats zitten.
Aber dann musst du auch am PC gamen.
So hey, maybe I will run all big props the whole time.
Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
There's tons of different things. Let's check out the format and see what these guys, how they're gonna go through, what the map looks like, and really get an
Look
idea.
daar rechts, weet je gezien was dat van een t-shirt aan het? Van Wildcard.
Oh, it?
Get ready for more creative Fortnite with the latest competitive creative map, Junkyard Juke.
Oha.
This new game built up the fun of Prop Hunt with
die spelen Prop Hunt! Dat is hoe de grap, de spelers kan niet.
an attempt to make it into the center of the map. While 2
Ik heb niet gespeeld, dat is de ganze tijd, ja.
teams will rotate
So wie im WW2.
Und dann musst du vorlaufen und irgendwie eine Kill
to
oder so.
defend the incinerator from the other teams.
Oder
Armed
die
only with
Hero
revolvers and their keen attention to detail. During each round, teams of props will earn points by reaching the incinerator in the central pit. The bigger the prop, the more points. But be careful. Being bigger means you're easier to spot. To keep themselves from getting eliminated, prop teams need to time their movements very carefully. Every few seconds, the guard teams will be blinded for a short time, and the center points are free, giving the props a chance to rush for the hills, or rather, the pit. Once a prop reaches the goal, they respawn at their home base to start over, running as many props as they can before the match ends. If a player is eliminated,
Der Modus geht's ja jetzt in der Lobby einfach.
base and need to start the trek all over again. After 4 rounds, each team's points from their prop rounds will be combined, and the team with the most points wins the game. So keep an eye out for those moving bushes, crates, and gnomes, and enjoy the Junkyard Juke.
Aber Bush sind am
Thank you so much, Zeke, for that update. That's Junkyard Juke, something that has never before been seen. It looks kind of a little simple, but it's wacky, it's fun. There's a lot of small little minutia that go into it, things you can min-max on, and also there's just a level of ridiculousness that I enjoy so much. Just seeing somebody turn themselves into a literal dumpster and then try and breathe their way past, it's a lot of fun.
Dan aber ich schaue den nicht auf deinem Kanal, gell?
As your favorite.
Whoa, you talking about my gameplay again? God, that's so rude.
Tournaments and dumpsters, literally.
Ich könnte mich die ganze Zeit und so.
This is a frustrating game mode. It's very difficult. You guys are gonna see why. It is gonna be tough to bring in those big point objects, and that's just gonna be the name of it. Who can score the most here?
Who can score and how well are you playing defense? How well do you coordinate?
Nee, ich meine, auf dem Handy habe ich euch vorher die ganze Zeit gehört.
Interesting to see. Do they switch up their strategy after from game 1 to game 2? Because there's so
Also, tschüss zusammen.
But we are about to have the world premiere of Junkyard Juke. We're getting into set number 2. The Funky Fighters have won so far. We'll get the second. We now are in to set 2, match 1, and right away you can see Chappa, Gotaga, Magma, and RTA of Raven's Revenge, and then the Little Whip Warriors, Ninja, Taco, Taldak, and FaZe Kaz taking their shots off. Now, fun fact, the screens are there. You can't see, but you can shoot through them. So don't be afraid to take some shots. I mean, we know the trick shotters will.
Yeah, some people are already shooting. They figured that part out. It looks like Chappie hasn't quite yet. He's kind of looking. He's just blind shooting. Oh, there it is. Now he's firing through. He's noticed, hey, these are not ricocheting off of this curtain here. I can fire right off through. But you want to stop him. You want to force stop him. You want to also kind of memorize the map and the lanes.
And right away you can see as soon as his blinds go down, people go, but the first points are starting to come through as Lachlan is able to get in. And the Bloods team, the Llama Record Co. also able to get a 10-pointer and then a 5-pointer, following it directly behind. Oh no, it was another 10-pointer. So we already see some of the props having successful runs.
Look at him go. There it is. You saw a big old truck kind of sneak on by. And these objects are slipping right underneath. But who knows how long that'll last. Here's Scissors. You gotta park it. You gotta stay still. Oh, can he blend in?
And one other thing you can note there, the props will clip through other objects that are there. So if you see something that isn't sitting perfectly naturally like Scissors was, right there, clipped into it, boom, got him brilliantly done. Lachlan hits one of those bounce pads that are stuck in there. They will launch you up in the air, but great run coming out from X-Sandy and Tomoya, utilizing the air conditioners to find their way to the end. Bensor and Alex JJ desperately trying to get it. Alex JJ for another 10-point prop, and Hand of Blood gets picked up just before. That would have been a huge swing, but right now, Sunshine Soldiers in first place with 35 points.
They are finding their rhythm here. Sunshine Soldiers taking the lead right now. This is a hard game mode to break free in because you got to think about it. These guards are not playing around. They are shooters, right, at heart. And at the end of the day, if something looks off, something looks odd, like this white vent right here, you're just going to get popped. So you got to be careful here. And there it is. Nice job of, you know, kind of hitting the brakes here. And, oh, he hits one of those trap doors. Let's talk about that, Sundown.
So you can actually see it. There is the little tiny springs. They launch you upward. There's a couple that can be chained into each other. But if you are one of those bigger objects and you get sent up, you are just quite literally sometimes flying garbage.
Yeah. But, you know, it would be too easy if we didn't lay traps around, right? So, you know, got to kind of spice it up for the people that are turned into props too.
So you can also, actually, the people who can turn into props, there's one pathway where you can chain 2 of them together. So if you can get there, you almost land directly in front of it. So as long as you time it correctly, you can like use them slightly to your advantage, but most of the time they're a little bit more annoying. And boom, you can see that rusted truck going in. And now the Funky Fighters pulling out another lead, 60 points so far.
And this is something important to note, guys. You have to get it into the incinerator, fully processed before the timer counts down, or else your point will not be processed.
Which is a big thing on the min-maxing. What we mean by that is maximizing your efficiency. So if you were to get the most points possible, you run only 10 points the entire time, not only because they're worth more, but they take less time to sort because they're the first one that goes through. The two-point props are able to run, I don't want to say relatively easier, but much easier compared to a dumpster and a card, particularly because you have cover. With that being said, take about an extra 3 to 4 seconds to sort, so it makes it that much less efficient, plus being only 20% of the point value.
That's right, so Clytax there has chosen a big object. Achin and Zond over here, smaller objects. They're kind of blending right into all of the dumpster trash, clearly harder to track down and kind of, I guess, how do I say this? Sort out, right?
Yeah.
Amongst all the clutter here.
Exactly. You want things that don't stick out, or you want to find a path for an object that you can take all the time. So you notice how there's a section where there's like 4 or 5 rusted cars. Grab a rusted car and go park yourself with those, because yes, the guy knows, oh, there's a bunch of rusted cars there. Screen goes back up. Oh, there's still a bunch of rusted cars there. I'm good. Next thing you know, the prop walks his way up. You can also, as you're running, walk rotation. So if you hit your crouch button, whatever you have that bound to, whether you're playing on controller, iPad, PC, all of them end up completely stopping, so it will send you totally naturally, just like what you would see.
And this is also those moments, right, when you're in the guard, oh, someone spotted there, popped him. Tomoya, nice job seeing something out of the ordinary, but notice
he gets an elimination on the object, you don't earn points for that. So it's just your job to stop everyone from getting any kind of points, so don't break away with the lead. When you're in the guard tower, you can't allow other people to score, and you're not scoring.
Which can end up being very interesting if the team in the lead, which generally happens because you have 3 chances to score, is shooting last round. Right? Because then it's all about how good are your pressure. And one other thing you can see, starting to fire through the screens, very well done for them, picking up an elim there. But right now, Cuddle Crew already wresting the lead away. All 3 of them sitting there at 60, but they're 5-point processes, and it goes through as 2 more dumpsters throw themselves into the fray.
Yeah, and that's because the Funky Fighters cannot earn points here in the guard round. The Sunshine Soldiers using this opportunity once again to just break away even closer to taking lead. And the Chicken Champions can't earn anything either.
I love that from Clitex right away. Hides himself behind the box, and you see his hands. He's like, please, please make sure it's not there. And then boom, gets the point, gets a nice little selfie going in. And you can see all of them getting sorted there. Another way, I'm all about the min-maxing. Point your camera towards the end. You go just a little bit faster.
Sundown pulling out the strats here. The question is, can our competitors figure it out fast enough with their limited amount of games here? But 20 seconds on the clock. Can he get this in time? Remember, you gotta grab the dumpster, drop the dumpster, and get it processed. That was perfect.
That was so good by Stuart000 because he dodged the little springboard there. You saw him look at it and be like, oh, no, I'm good. And that was the last run. None of these props are going to be able to get sorted. Lachlan gets picked out at the end. You can see 3, 2, 1, but not going to be enough. You need to get all the way through and sorted on the point as the rest of the denial comes through, and we're gonna rotate the guards up again.
Yes, so we will have some new guards take their place. This is honestly Chicken Champions' opportunity to start scoring some points and hopefully close up the gap here. The Sunshine Soldiers are now at the bottom layer of the guard tower, and the Fish Fam are at the top. So it is time to kind of mix it up.
My eyes are on the Funky Fighters right now. They are
doing great.
They're very close, and on top of that, they're the team with the Silver Llama. Yep. As we've talked about, they are so incredibly close, doing everything they can to push towards the top. And you can see they got a lot of elims too in the round where they were playing defense. So not a ton of scoring going past them, only 35 points off the pace. But what I'm shocked about right now is there is nobody running 2-point props at all. 0.
Tomoya's a genius. He was already spotted out for the statue. He kind of hit over to the side and said, you know what, I kind of got to wait here. I can't park this statue on the open. He's going to be hunting for me. And that's exactly what he does. Kind of sits it over on the side there. And that's how he earns himself another point. So they're actually playing very, very smart here. And that's why they've been doing so good at these competitions.
I think the guards need to be slightly more aggressive. There's is unlimited ammunition. You can't run out. If you think something is suspicious, or if you just want to take a shot at it, shoot your shot. Yeah. What's the worst case that happens? You miss. There's no accuracy stats going on there. If something is suspicious, don't let it through. You're the guards, and you want to deny as much as possible. And again, every match is for $55,000 for the winning team. You want that, and that will lead into the Llamas as well. You don't want to end up in that 4th to 8th spot. You want to push past your competitors as we see a whole mess of air conditioners going in there, the water heaters in. It was fantastic for Raven's Revenge, and Llama Record Co. are also climbing their way up the leaderboard, 110 points so far.
Great job for the Llama Record Company. Alex, JJ, Carnifex, Venos, and Hand of Blood. This team is doing great right here as they seemingly inch their way to the top somehow, overtaking the Cuddle Crew, which, by the way, Lachlan's team has been showing up here. It's good to see them, catch a little bit of domination here in this junkyard juke.
Well, like we said, the creative finals is all about celebrating the different types of creative skills. There's different ways to express that. We have the World Run where it's there. We saw Sky Station Showdown, which shows off building and team tactics. And right now, Prop Hunt is all about min-maxing efficiency, working together, and hitting your shots.
Yeah, absolutely, because when you're in that guard tower, you don't have opportunity to miss. You let them score, they're going to break free and break away with the lead. Here's a look at Svenos here, who's that bullseye, just kind of blending right in.
The archery target, there's a lot of them out there, but you need to be careful because they're slightly harder. And come on.
Uh-oh.
Really?
He's floating up there.
You can see kind of like the look on his face. He's like, there's no way this works. And one other thing to talk about is orientation of your prop. So you notice he actually swapped his camera and pointed in the other direction. Unfortunately, was clipping into the trash bag there. But if you're running forward, your prop faces backwards. So you need to run and then turn, settle yourself. That's the best way, or you orient yourself around the stuff that's near you, because if you're facing in a totally random direction, that'll earn a bullet in most circumstances.
I love how aggressive they were at the final moments. The clock was ticking.
You gotta go.
Yeah, the clock was ticking. They're like, you know what, we gotta get in here. But that was round 3 of 4 for this first game right here. And, you know, it's kind of going either which way. So if you've already had your shot at the guard tower, you're safe. You're good. You can keep getting points. But if this is your last opportunity, you're in a guard tower, that's all the points you got. That's it. They have to hold strong.
So this is where it really comes into mind who is running, who is in the tower, and what does the scoreboard look like. So right now we can see right away Llama Record Co. is up there, and I believe it's with, I didn't see who that other team was. When we pan back over, we'll call that out. But Llama Record Co. is in first right now, and I think Cuddle Crew is with them as well. So it's typical that the top 2 would be up there, and it is. The top 2 teams are in the guard tower. So right now, everyone needs to unseat them. Otherwise, they will take this first match of set 2.
I'll be honest with you, it's a pretty big lead. That's a substantial lead. Whoever is left in the game, the Sunshine Soldiers, the Funky Fighters, the Chicken Champions, you got to bring these big items through and do it successfully with the limited time left in this round right here, because if not, it's going to be hard to catch up to that 150.
We're starting to see a little bit more consistency right there. And look at Svenos just shooting. He's just shooting everything. He's not worried in terms of going through there. Does hit one elim, fires the shots off going through, trying to look at just anything that he thinks doesn't look normal. Anything that maybe not have been there before.
It's like one of my favorite things, watching him just shoot the boxes like, what's that? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? Was that there? He's just taking his shots. That's exactly what you got to do here if you want to hold this lead here. And that's why they're dominating. You can see the no hesitation really coming out of them, and that's why they have the lead right now. And it's great. It's great that they're hitting his shots. It's great that Svenos is holding it down.
But the Funky Fighters, we talked about it, eyes on them, already up to 120. One more 10-point prop will put them past. And unfortunately for Ninja there, does get hit on the springboard, but gets in anyway, so just a little bit of time loss. A great shot from Lachlan. My lord, I barely even saw that.
Ford Turtle from Australia hit a springboard, and Lachlan shut that down. His fellow Australian brother right there. Very nicely done. You don't want to hit those springboards, man.
And now you can see 125 from the Funky Fighters. They're doing everything they can to overtake. They want this match victory. They want to keep the momentum rolling, but the Cuddle Group is doing a great job of picking up targets and running their timeout, getting some both right as they get out of spawn and before they're about to score, which the waste of time is even that much more efficient, but unfortunately not finding anything there.
Yeah, Lachlan is really not timing his kind of rotations and reloads properly. Notice he's not also utilizing the shooting through the curtain factor there. He's kind of holding himself back. That's why you saw him with a couple elims right there. But you got to put that pressure down, lock down these lanes so that they don't just get like free rotations through, right?
And again, we talked about it a little bit. I'm very surprised nobody is just consistently running 2-point props. You can get them in close to every run if you pick the right path and you take the covered angles. It's very difficult to stop them, particularly with the smaller hitboxes. But so far, we've only seen 2 scored.
Yep, and I like that. Cuddle Crew right there, 130 points. This is their time. Cuddle Crew still doing really good defense right here. Oh no, but champion comes up out of nowhere, takes that one right away.
Able to get him there, and now the Funky Fighters 5 points out. Anything going in will be enough, and the time ticks over. They didn't get it in there. Oh! Did they get it in there? They might have got the 5-point right at the end, but no, wasn't enough. Llama Record Co. on the defense says, lock it up. We good. Brilliantly done from them. And that's what I'm talking about. When you're sitting there on defense, you know exactly how long you need to keep them out. Exactly what you need to do in order to take the victory. And no surprise there. The guys who are all about that apocalypse game mode during the creative trials, able to take home the very first match ever on Junkyard Juke.
That was well played. Valiant effort for everyone that participated in that run right there. And it was a close one. 150 points to the contender having 145. Just 1 point. One small radiator.
And this is what I'm talking about, where if you had one person who is running just 2-point props there and got their successful runs at the end, they would have it. That's 3 successful runs. That takes about a minute, and you could have collected it.
So go ahead.
Nobody opted into it.
Maybe some of these guys need a little help here. Let's redo this. What would you suggest here, Sundown?
I don't want to say suggest, but I had an opportunity to play a decent amount of it. I'm a big fan of kind of adjusting based off of the scoreline. So if you're seeing you're able to consistently keep running 2-point props, get the guaranteed points. If somebody's playing really good defense and you're not getting 10-point props in, you need to pivot away from that strategy, because getting any points at all is better than none, and particularly if you waste a run on a dumpster where the entire time you're going and then you're stopping, and then you're going and then you're stopping. Eventually, even if you get all the way to the end, sometimes it's not enough, right? And then you've wasted that 35, 45 seconds, 3 rotations to get just there, whereas you could have grabbed the burger, grabbed the bucket, and ran the entire time, weaved around, trying to catch a good area, as we saw with the statue, able to hide around a corner. So would love to see in the next match a little bit more, I don't want to say determination going into it, but be a little bit more deliberate.
That's right, but let's go on and hear from some of the deliberate actions over with Zeke, down with our winners.
What's up, guys? I'm hanging out with the Llama Record Company. They took away the prop hunt 5-point lead. You guys locked it up at the very end. Band of Blood, I'm going to start with you. And one person I want to call out specifically is this man right here, Svenos. Very tall, tallest man on the planet. It feels like this guy's a very good pick for your team. And I want to know why him, and then also why you picked these other two.
Yeah, I mean, I picked all those guys because this game mode is all about skill. There are no random things in it. You need good aim, you need decision making for sure. And Svenos, I mean, he's like a Spandau. He really likes Spandau. That's kind of the best city in the world. And that's why I picked him first, for example.
Okay, now Svenos, I'm going to put you on blast for a second because we've known each other quite a while. You know, I'd like to believe that your creativity is what allowed you to win. Let's think back to the time where you wore an entire green outfit and you danced and had a galaxy over yourself. Do you feel like that galaxy and that kind of creativity helped you get this dub?
I don't know what you're talking about, mate.
I think people at home that watch, you guys probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's go over this way now. What did you think about that game? Was it what you expected? Was it different? Did it catch off guard? Were you ready to just jump into it?
It's enjoyable. Once you get the hang of it, it gets a lot easier. You just got to work out who's good at aiming, which team's on the tower, and after that, you're good.
All right, final question. Do you think you have what it takes? Are you gonna? Is the Llama Record Company going to be the team? You think someone else is standing in your way, or is it all you guys?
I think it's going to be all us, yes.
There you go, man. A few words, that's all they need. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Best of luck going forward. Back to you guys on the desk.
Thank you so much, Zeke. Another brilliant performance there coming out of the Llama Record Company. We talked about their versatility. We talked about how quickly they pick up competitive matches. But this is what happened in the first set, right? They were there. They were confident. They're like, yeah, once you get it, it's easy. And then all the other teams immediately caught up. So it'll be very interesting to see if that same story from set 1 is what's happening in set 2.
Yep, that's right. Alex up there said it best. You know, he had the confidence. He felt good in those final moments. Hey, you know, once you figure out who's aiming, maybe just avoid him.
Sweet, yeah, I mean, for my
hitting
mod.
All their shots, you need to take a different route. You can't go and continuously challenge them because, again, we talked about that. If you waste all the time to run through,
und dann geht der Nikolaus Farin
was macht der? Don't keep running that way. But like we said, this is the first time seeing the Junkyard Juke mode, and we talked about the prop hunt mode earlier, but you can play it live right now in game. There's an LTM that's available only for this weekend. Let's check it out.
Was mit so riesen Dingen, warum?
Like we said, you can check that out live in client. It's an LTM that is available only for this weekend in Monster. Have you had a chance to play Prop Hunt?
Well, all week long now, I finally really got to experience the Prop Hunt. And before this, I kind of heard you guys talk about it. I was like, is that something I want to try out? But no, it honestly was very fun.
There's so many just fun moments, but the ability to then push it to a competitive level. These guys are doing great, but we're now going to get into match 2 of set 2. The second time you will have seen Junkyard Juke, and let's see who is able to push on. The match is about to start. Here we go. The creative finals at the Fortnite World Cup, set 2, match 2 of Junkyard Juke.
That's right. So in the tower, We have Ninja's team, the Little, Whip, Warriors, Taco, Gaz, Taldoc. We're jumping straight into their POV. So notice Ninja firing right through those blinds. He saw something moving back there. He's trying to pinpoint. What was it? He does, of course, track him down. It was Turtle. Ooh, just a little pixel. You know, you stand out, you're going to get popped here.
He needs to make sure he's still watching his left-hand side, though, because there is a whole run on that corner right now where people would be able to come out, and now all of a sudden you see Alex JJ, Tyler, Ryan Fanta, MSYB all heading that direction. Nobody is checking that corner. He's checking it every now and then, but he's primarily aiming on the right, and right as I say that now looks back on over as the rush comes through, but MSYB and Rubius are able to get in. Brilliantly done from them, getting the first points on the board as the Funky Fighters again are able to pull out decently.
What do you think? Would you rather be up in the guard tower first and kind of get out the way, or would you prefer to kind of jump in as a prop and get your points first?
So for me, it depends if I can get a lead. If I have a lead, obviously I want to be a guard tower at the end because I'm very confident in my ability to just spam shots in the right direction because I know like I can find the sight line and all that. With that being said, if you can get in the guard tower early and you do incredibly well, it gives you the bonus. You know how many points you need to get. You know how consistent and fast you can run. And right now we're seeing a lot more 5-point props than last round. People consistently trying to get those in, recognizing, hey, they're a little bit quicker. People are finding their angles now. But as I say that Achim with the Sunshine Soldiers gets in that truck, 10 points going over to them, and 15 actually as a 5-pointer got sorted right at the same time.
That was perfect, yeah. And the Sunshine Soldiers had a great last run. Achin and his crew really pulled it together. They were at the top for a while there, but in those final moments, we saw the Chicken Champions take away and kind of break away. And now look, no surprise, Chicken Champs, they're feeling it. They found their rhythm towards the end of the last one. If they carry that over, this is going to be a close one.
Yeah, and you can see Carnifex hits the jump pad twice over there, doing everything he can to not get hit, and he does get the teddy bear in. 10 points going through, and Clytex gets picked right at the edge.
Right through the current. Taco is like, you know what, I'm going to check the close area. Look at how Chappie's doing it as well. He's actually eliminated 9 props so far, so he is really firing away here, trying to see if anyone's trying to make a mad dash while the curtains are up, and Sandy gets caught right there.
Good shot right away. 20 seconds left, so players need to start running if they're going. Good shots coming out from Trappy to get it there and get the reload off. Saw the truck over on the side, is able to pick that one up, and now is looking for the smaller props towards the side. Knew there was movement, just wants to fire it up. Only 10 seconds left. They should be able to get the defense, but there goes a bucket. Look at it.
Oh,
the cactus.
a hard
was able to pick it up just at the last second. Good attempt from Kutu, and you can see the points already coming across. Players so far sticking to their game plan. 5 and 10 point props all the way.
That is the way to go. Inch your way up and over to that victory there. But that was just the first round of 4 here. Round 2 is going to begin. What's going to happen now is, again, the guard tower is going to mix up. We're going to see new players in the guard tower, and then the other players that were previously in the guard tower back on the prop hunt floor.
Yes, you get 1 round in the guard tower, 3 rounds of running as the props, and you can see right away now you have the Funky Fighters up top, and the shots go out as soon as the blinds go down, not letting anything happen as the props march their way out of spawn.
This is fun right here. I love watching these trucks waddle about, really trying to find their way, and they see the light go to change, plant themselves down, and they're back out to the field here.
Yep, and desperately trying to avoid, there's no way. You're stacked on top of each other. Come on, you got to shoot one of the two. Shots are going towards it, but right now Zan trying to get that cuddly cute teddy bear into the incinerator. Not a sentence I ever thought I would say there, as the Archer is now doing everything he can. Hits the bounce target twice and is able to convert as Magma gets another good run and sneaks in under the shots of Dracius.
That's right. This is just getting closer and closer as we have a 3-way tie now. The Fish Fam, Llama Record Company, the Cuddle Crew, all at the top here, and it's still a very close game so far. Dan Yan right here from the Sunshine Soldiers, peeking around, using that camera angle, trying to see when it's time, wants to waste no time here. Bat, it goes down and off to the races she goes. But will it change? Yep. Actually, stops early too. Says, you know what, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to stop before the curtain comes up.
and she has to be having a blast right now. She says one of her favorite things about creative mode is kind of the wacky and rainy situations you get into, particularly like prop hunt. So this must be a game mode that she's doing incredibly well and enjoying herself in. As you can see there, her team is able to get a couple of props in there. Go Target and Clytex try to make the final little sprint. Hand of Blood gets another 10 points over, as does Taco with a 5-point statue there. Scissors is hanging around on the side there. Will go through. No, I did not mean to call you trash. You just are a dumpster now, quite literally.
Quite literally, but oh, the rage. I read the lips. He said, I was so mad. He got taken out right there. And I like this. Let's see how he decides. He's going for those 10 points, though. Notice he went straight to the right for the big objects. That's the risk.
That's what it was about. That's what happens. You need to be careful not only of the fact you're bigger, easier to see while you're moving, but you need to find a blank space in order to set down. Can't be clipping into anything else with 45 seconds remaining in round 2. And you can see Svetos a minute before the guard looked at him. He's like, I don't, nah, I'm out. Right there. And right now, relatively top heavy. 70-70, and as I said, Fish Whip does get their 80th point, but Lachlan hanging out on top of the Rebel, 28 seconds left, does find an angle that
you know,
no
he actually
really
didn't
watching.
park either. He just jumped on top of it. You know, I haven't been to this section here where all the vehicles are.
This is the section I'm talking about, where you can grab a burger in a bucket, go out, and not expose yourself except for during one period. And as long as you either full run the time through, or you opt to sit still during that time, then you're good. You will score literally every single run. It's just you have to be a 2-point prop, and you have to go to that exit.
Oh, Danyan right there, unfortunately, couldn't push through in those final moments there. And that was round 2 of 4, as we are looking to get into round 3 next. So they can earn some more points. And every single set matters, right? Every game matters, because there's a lot of prize on the line.
Yes, every single match is scored. The top 4 will receive a gradient of money going from $55,000 down to 20, and then you have the 4th through 10th all receiving 10. That prize is then decided who will receive the Silver Llama. The Funky Fighters currently have one, but who will be able to press with them?
Clytax, that vehicle is way too big, buddy. You can't just be trying to squeeze it behind that and not think someone's going to see the tail end of it. Here we have Bensor and Drakias close by one another. Bensor gets popped through the blinds there. And wait, so he's going to take a couple shots. He said, does his truck belong here? He did miss, though. Lucky for him. The bad aim and that moment right there is going to allow him to sneak that big 10-point. No! He gets taken out. Right there, that's no points for him. 10 is huge in this mode, too. It's very difficult to get a vehicle all the way through.
I mean, it's swingy, right? If you think about it, the last round was one with 150 points, right? So if you get a singular 10-point profit, that's not an insignificant percentage there. Like, that's going to be able to help your team, but you also need to set your feet there, as Kororo did, and didn't hit the crouch button. It was like, I see you wiggling a little bit there. Yoink.
And there's Ninja, Ryan, Fronta, Chappie, and many others still in the running here. Just kind of peeking around. You see Tyler shooting straight through the curtain. It almost looks like he's beelining his shots down the aisle there, trying to see if he can get anyone trying to exit out. Zan sees one pop up in the air, and I think he might have clipped that person out.
Nobody is watching that side. Fish Fam needs to communicate better right now. Nobody was covering that other side. We saw 2 teams able to get a decent run out. But right now, Llama Record Company still holding the lead, sitting at 100 points. But don't forget, Fish Fam are up on top right now. Are the guards, which means they're not scoring points.
He's so fast. Ryan Fronta is so fast here with this prop. Even moving it, he doesn't care. He's going all the way for it. But he's got to watch for traps. See the fear? He's like, you know what? I'm not even going to risk it. I'm going to wait here and get the secure point.
So one important thing to notice, too, is Ryan is taking paths consistently that take him to the corner of the guard tower, because the corner provides you with a little bit of natural cover, and it breaks that sight line up. If you're only staring out in one direction, it's super easy to be like, no, that car was not there. I know it wasn't. If you're flipping back and forth across that corner piece, it just breaks up your field of view a little bit more, and it's that much harder to try and figure out what's actually going to hit.
That's right, and oh boy, is MSYB going to be able to sneak this huge chuck in? Oh, he actually hit something there. He's going to sneak it right underneath. Lucky for him, the shot did not come back in time. But just that big archery target was almost enough to kind of block him right there. Venos gets another large object in as well. That's another 10-pointer for the Llama record. It was fully processed here, so now he's at 130. Can Can the Cuddle Crew hold the lead here, though? Can they secure it? All the Llama Record Company needs to not score right now, and they'll continue to kind of stay in the lead.
And you can see Scissors is hitting a ton of shots. They're trying to get the retribution as the guard, and now we're heading into our final round of match number 2. So we'll see who the guards are, see what the stakes are, and who will be able to take that #1 spot. Again, first place, $55,000, and that much closer to Silver Llama #2. And again, we have the Cuddle Crew and Llama Record Co. up on defense. Let's check out that scoreboard. And Cuddle Crew, Llama Record Co., first and second. Who will be able to overtake them? And they are so close to 5 points separating. It's a battle for first and second now.
Yes, Lackland and the rest of his team are trying their hardest. They have to stop people from scoring. The Chicken Champions get up. They can just easily snag this away. But for now, they know the Llama Record Company cannot. They can't take them over.
Ooh, I thought he was going to shoot that car. He knew it wasn't there. Nice. Finds the box right around the corner and then gets another one right after. Blind fire through the shade as Rubius is looking to post up there. Spanish YouTuber trying to find a way in, trying to lead his team, and they've overtaken the Llama Record Co. with plenty of time and are tied with the Cuddle team. Any singular point now will put the Chicken Champions as our match 2 winner. They need one prop.
That's right, they're so close here. Magma trying to hop on over. Who's it going to be for the Chicken Champions? Who's going to be?
Do you think they get a 2-point prop? They have the scoreboard in front of them. They know they need only that. Do you think they run one in, or do you think they stay with what they're doing right now?
Honestly, I think they're just going to stay with what they're doing. It's working. Why break the formula here? They have over a minute to do so. And just like that, they are going to sneak in here.
Yes, brilliantly done. They're overtaking them. And now the question is, can the Little Whip Warriors get enough in to catch them? It's a 25-point spread, but you can get that. You have 4 runners. You can get that in a single run if you're well coordinated enough. Will they be able to catch up, or can the Chicken Champions edge it out and be our match 2 victors?
That's right, because the Cuddle Crew is now bumped out. The Chicken Champions are holding it. Little Whip Warriors have scored, though. 1 minute left here. Uh-oh. Raven's Revenge coming up as well, as is the Fish Fam. This is actually getting closer than we would have thought. They're close to pushing out the Cuddle Crew and the Llamas.
Yep, and Little Whip Ninja also getting the 5 points there. Will be able to overtake. Don't forget, you don't want to end up 4th to 8th. It's all about at least breaking into top 4 to get a little bit of the differentiation there in the prizing. But the Chicken Champions are pulling ahead. They're keeping that 25-point difference so far between the Little Whip Warriors. Little Whip needs to find a coordinated run with 10-point props in these last 30 seconds, or they're not going to get it. Meanwhile, Bensor running that statue in, trying to lock up everything he can for the lead, and he's being extremely patient with it. Taking a corner run, finding everything he needs to do. Little Whip does get a 5 and a 10, and they're still now only 20 points behind, but Bensor is going to be able to lock that one up from there. 5 points, 25, 15 seconds left. The Chicken Champions are sitting pretty.
Yes, that's right. If the Little Whip Warriors don't score big right now with all big props, it's going to be all over in 3 seconds. And it's not going to be enough here because the Chicken Champions, they actually pushed the lead even further.
Did you see what happened at the last second?
They did score.
No. Raven's Revenge grabbed a 2-point prop, hard ran all the way through, got it in, right? And then that pushed them from 4th into 3rd. When we talk about every little interaction mattering, that was it. But the Chicken Champions, one might be able to say that was excellent. They were able to tender defend that title for the match 2 victory and putting them in a good spot to contend for the set 2 Llama.
You can see the excitement there on their faces as they just realize, hey man, we got this. We're in the running here. The Junkyard Juke could be ours.
And you can see they're still talking gameplay right now. Like, they want to know, what can we do more? That play you did right there was awesome, but they want the next one because there's 3 matches for each one of the sets, and a win there would put them in a fantastic spot to get the 2nd Silver Llama. You need that in order to be in contention, and if they're able to split it up away and deny it from the Funky Fighters, field's wide open.
Yes, it's not over yet. That's just another team who takes the victory here, making it that much closer of a running so far. and we saw the Ravens Revenge kind of sneak up too. You need as many points as possible. The bigger the placement, the better the prize as well for the round, so you can't just give up either. You got to push it all the way to the final moment.
And hey, hats off to whoever's call that was on Ravens Revenge. That was a brilliant decision, showing exactly why you're able to qualify for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals, why you're playing on that stage. Those are the big plays, but again, brilliantly done from the Chicken Champions. Consistent runs, stuck to their statues, stuck to their routes, and took the corners. And now we're actually going to have a chance to talk to our Chicken Champions, the Match 2 champions. Zeke has them up there on the top floor. Zeke, what do you got for us?
What's going on, guys? I'm hanging out with the Chicken Champions, guys. That game was insane. Feathers were flying, and you guys clutched it up. Did you figure out the strategy? Because you guys were well and ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, we practiced yesterday, and everything is thanks to this guy. This guy always goes for the 10 points, always, and he always gets it. So thanks to you, man.
All right, then I'm coming to you, Mr. Carey. What was the strategy? How did you get the 10 points in there? Was it the same every time? Did you switch things up?
Yeah, go for the 10 points each time and do the same strategy, and it seems to work.
So in this intense game of red light, green light, were you like stopping early, or were you just like going as far as you could go and then waiting for someone to spot you and stopping, or what was your plan?
I'm taking it very patiently.
Yeah. All right, now over to you guys. What do you guys think of this game mode? Has it been everything you thought it's been?
Yeah, it's great. We had a game plan. We definitely did what we came to do, and yeah, that's what we expected. So.
Very well executed. You did not lay an egg. All right, final question for you. I want to give you the chance to tell the world, you know, all the fans something. What do you want to tell them?
Thanks for the support from Spain, for the other world, and my team is it's good in this mode, and will we win the next match?
There you go. The excitement is real. Gentlemen, congratulations. Best of luck going forward. We're sending it back your way.
Brilliantly done there from the Chicken Champions. Thank you so much, Zeke. They're excited to be there. They stuck to the gameplay. And shout out to Bensor. The one thing he was looking forward to on this trip, he wanted to play in front of a big crowd. He got that moment, running through, securing that for the Chicken Champions. And immediate El Rubius turned to him and was like, it's all him, man. He put the team on his back or put the team in his dumpster. I don't know. That normally that wouldn't be a good thing, but in this circumstance, hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, another prop to Kyoto as well. The only, or one of two controller players here, you know, in the creative finals. So very nice of him to kind of represent for those guys as well. And again, just showing that he's got the moves out there.
He had the moves, was able to find the right angles, and now we've seen some developments from match 1 to match 2. Yep. What was the big thing that stuck out from you that was different?
In that last one, honestly, finally seeing someone pick up those 2-point props, right? Using those are points right there. But with that, we'll jump over to Bala. We'll take a fun look at some of the things that developed in our last few moments.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, the Junkyard Juke is developing nicely. Everybody's starting to figure out what all the different tools and props they have available to them. So with that, we're going to hop into some of the tips and tricks that I've seen from the Junkyard Juke so far. We can roll the clip right now as all these players. The first thing I want to point out is there are these springboards. Unfortunately, Danyan gets picked out of the sky there. Not too happy about that. But moving on to Tomoya using the statue. This is one of the interesting scores I saw with the sta, those higher point objects being useful. Scissors here with the springboard, the recovery, and just barely doesn't get into the incinerator at the last second. And then here we have Tomoya, we have again, just an awesome run towards there, looking like a scene out of everybody, you know, crossing the street at the same time. Here's Tracius hitting some amazing shots through the black. And then he just continues shooting, just hoping that he can get a shot. This is the other team, the Cuddle Crew, doing the same thing, but then also synchronizing, making sure they have coverage on all angles. Finally, Tomoya made some amazing calls. We'll listen to them in a second, but this is what he did. Always timing it perfectly so that he can get in and make sure that his teammates also go at the same time and make it into that incinerator. So we're gonna head and listen to what those communications were like from Tomoya and team. In this one, they made sure the countdown was perfect.
1, 2, 3, 4, 10. I got 10. I got 10. We are both. We are both. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. Oh, they kill me. If they don't kill me, I score 10. Don't 1, 2, Okay, I got 5, I got 5. I got 10. No! He kicked me! Oh. We are strong team.
Yeah,
I scored 0 in the second round, that's the problem.
I scored 0 in the first one, so... like, we are all close points.
There you go. The Funky Fighters, you know they won the first Silver Llama. We're going to see if they can win the next one. We've got one more match here on Junkyard Juke to go, and we'll see who will come out on top with the Silver Llama from this. Guys, back to you.
Thank you so much, Bala, for that great breakdown. Listening to the comms, that's one thing I hadn't considered. I always just kind of like, yeah, it's going to come up now. But these guys all on comms talking, have one guy counted out. That guy's just like a metronome, make sure he has it on the dot every single time. Brilliantly done from them. But will they be able to take back that top spot? We've seen them do it. If they can grab that Silver Llama, they'll be in such a good spot. But right now, they aren't seeing the same success they saw before.
Yeah, you want to get the Silver Llama, but to get there, you got to make a new strategy. I think that right there, there was a lot of information in that bit right there. You kind of noticed the team synergy, and he said something very important in his interview there. Talked about being patient. You really have to be patient. You can't let the frustration get to you. You saw Scissors very expressive on the cam. Just, it's hard to get the pointer, and that's what I talked about before this whole thing started. I said, trust me, this is a lot harder than you guys think. You might just, you know, oh yeah, I'll turn into something and run it through. Nah, man, you're gonna get shut down.
But I mean, it's just like, if you think about it, it's the mental aspect that really comes with it. If you're able to frustrate somebody else, then they're that much more off their game. And these guys are all great at that, coming through from some of the Death Run qualifiers. It makes it that much harder. But thank you guys so much for joining us here. And again, don't forget, there is a fantastic, awesome event-specific merch starting here right now, today on the 26th. You can also get it on retailrow.com. Make sure you celebrate the event. Remember it, grab some from your friends, your brothers, your family, people who couldn't be here, and celebrate the first ever Fortnite World Cup.
Yeah, you saw some of your favorite pros and competitors here rocking that new swag. Definitely loving it. All types of collaborations going on here. I love it when Fortnite releases new gear, you know? This kind of allows me to always spice it up.
I'm always a fan of anything Fortnite swag. That's pretty much like 98% of my wardrobe at this point. I mean, love the logos, love the bright colors, but enough from us. Match 3, set number 2, the final one on the original version of Junkyard Juke before we see the remix later on. Are you guys ready?
That's right.
And let's begin. The first round is underway.
Het is 4 abonnenten.
Set number 2. Who will be able to incinerate the most? Who will push out to the lead? And can anybody upset the Funky Fighters who took that first llama? You need to make sure they don't get this one here. And basically, everybody wants first place.
Yep, and you can see there, Taldeck did land a shot straight through the curtain. Very nicely done. Another kind of lane, right? You want to look at your lane, see which lane is available to you that's easy to maneuver the objects you want to bring through. Clitex, for example, here is using a bear. There are no bears in this section, but he says, you know what? It's all good. I can sneak this around.
So the big thing with the bear, though, that you don't really consider is the coloring of the background. You're in the junkyard. You're a little bit in one of those desert biome situations. There's a lot of kind of muddle grounds and oranges around there. It makes it that much harder to stick out. However, if you if you're grabbing the snowman, you're just really flexing on everyone. It's like, yeah, I'm a snowman. I'm a snowman in the desert, and I'm going to score on you.
That's pretty hilarious because, you know, we haven't seen anyone pull out the weird objects in the back, and for good reason. There are a couple other fun ones back there. If we get a pan around later, you'll probably notice a big old snowman or something like that. But with all this money on the line, there's no way anyone has time to play around like that.
You can't play around because every single one of those runs matters. And right now we see Sunshine Soldiers swapping over. They've already put in 2 2-point procs, so you need to be slightly more efficient on those runs, but good job getting on the board and consistently. And as we say that 5-pointer goes in, boom, they're ahead of the Funky Fresh, who have had a singular 10-point run. So trying to get every possible point. It's all about min-maxing efficiency.
Honestly, the Little Warriors are doing a great job at defending here. They all have a ton of eliminations. Taldeck at 6, Taco at 5, Kaz and Ninja both tied at 7. that is pretty good. They're shutting down all of their lanes. These guys are not here to play. Remember, as you're a guard, you don't accumulate any points, so it's good. They're knocking this out the way, and they're doing a great job defending.
Keeping them out, making sure you find the right lane angles, and also sometimes just putting shots out in the right spot. You just need to be able to consistently deny as much as possible. And Taldog, that was sick!
I was like, are you behind that? Yep, what's that? Didn't see that there before, didn't see that either. Taldog doing a good job so far, spotting things through the curtain. Let's see if he can find another here with a random shot. Oh, something landed. That's why you don't want to hit those spring traps there.
They make it so difficult when you're a larger object coming back down because it's just so much motion on the screen. When everything else is still, if you see that thing falling through, like, it's an easy shot. And particularly for all of these players up there. I mean, Gotaga and Crew, everyone on Raven's Revenge, him, Magma, RTA, and Chappie, all have been able to hit their shots. And then, I mean, Little Whip Warriors is a team of hit your shots.
That's right, and there it is. Last opportunities to make a point have just concluded, and that was the first round. There are 4 of these, so we're going to switch up the guards now. Little Whip Warriors get a chance at, trying to earn some points, and as do the others. The next round will begin.
That dragon's so cool. That's so cool. Look at that.
Yo, almost looks real.
Yo, shout out to the observers. That shot right there, that's really cool. Big fan of it going out. And as you can see now, round 2 is underway. This is the final match on Junkyard Juke of set 2. And right off the bat, 2 archery targets and a water heater marching on out.
Yep, that archery target is worth 10 points, though. So if you can bring that all the way through, it's one of the, I guess, smaller, large point objects. Magma doesn't even care. He's impatient. He saw the blinds open up. He just kept going. Svenoff did pump the brakes, though, even right here. Notice, stops it very early. He's just trying to blend in and get as many points as possible right here.
Ooh. Did get picked up. It might have been the book there. That's the one thing that you need to note that makes it very difficult about the bullseye or the archery target is the fact that because it has those placed legs, you have to be deliberate about where you're setting down. Otherwise, you're like, boom, right there. That book would be a giveaway if somebody decided to look down and double check that box. But there's 6 other boxes around, so relatively safe. Good path chosen there from Tyler, and opposite stop and being, a little bit of patience, and might have cost him there. I think he would have had it if he had just go full send, and I think he thinks so too.
Yo, it makes me laugh to see him scratch his head, his jaw drops like, oh, being so close and not making it through is so unfortunate. Taldog is going to find a little bit of success there as the Suezo, and you saw Alex J for a bit is very close to scoring as well. Here's Zan from the Fish Fam representing, hugging really close to that cactus. So long as he's not pushing through it, yeah, he is going to be able to sneak on out. He kind of hiccups there. He's going to go all the way. He doesn't care if the curtain comes down. He sneaks right underneath Tomoya and his team up top. Funky Fighters are at 35 points now in the guard tower. They can't earn any more.
And that was a great run there by Zan. Now you can see Svenos waiting for the blinds to go down, making sure he can find an angle, and then pushing in towards. Needs to be careful of that spring right there, but doesn't matter. Gets picked up anyway as he's like, hey, there wasn't a card there before. Alex JJ now looking to find a run. You can see Fish Fam and Llama Record Code currently hanging out at the top, but again, haven't had the chance to be up there, so can be expected. Alex JJ now 2 targets, both running out. Good stops at the same time, but particularly if you have 2 people taking the same path as the same item, it kind of has a little bit more of a benefit because you're like, yeah, those were both there but mine. There's no way those are both props.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, you know what? Honestly, if you see a bunch of the same things, they blend in. Something's an oddball that you really start to shoot. So maybe it is a good idea to time it, right?
But there's split spawns, so you don't always consistently. There's different spawn points around the map that have the different exits as you go out, so you can coordinate with a teammate. Or what you can also do is sort of bait somebody else to do it, right? So you see somebody who's running an archery target, and you're like, okay, I'm just going to grab that too, and you follow their path. And if they get picked up, oh, well, you look slightly more natural, particularly if you're that much more patient. And you can see Svenos is actually doing that right now with Carnifex, both of them going into the box. Svenos does hit the spring, is hanging out behind the car, and will get the score. That was a great run.
Yeah, he actually recognized where he was not looking down in the right direction, so he took advantage of that. Funky Fighter let his guard down for just a second there. He did manage to sneak on through, so that was the big point there in the final seconds as this round is now coming to a close there. Next round is going to begin. We're going to switch up the guards. Take another look.
And no dancing, just props and shots going out from the guards. Round 3 kicking off in the final match of set 2 at the Creative Finals. Who will be able to take that second silver llama? And right now, you see Bensor is going in for the 10-point prop right away. Kutu does get the Mimic, but then opts to go for a different route as players are starting to feel a little bit of the pressure here. You can tell they need to score points. It's the first time we're starting to see some gnomes out there and another teddy bear on the run.
That's right, Kantaka representing here. He's putting himself straight behind every object that he can. I love that they're using the smaller objects. It's so much easier to score with those. When you bring those big ones out, it really is hard. He actually put himself inside the truck. You see that? He's following Kuta so close here. Just gotta use him as bait, really. As you get behind him, he's safe.
Yep, because they don't think they're going to fire twice in there. That's the benefit of it. But right away, you see Kaz, Taco, Chappie. Great little run there from the Little Whip Warriors. That's going to push them back into contention. There's 65 points currently, but a dumpster going in from Hand of Blood. There's another 10 points for Llama Record Co., pushing them up to 90. And they were the winners of that first match. So if they can hold on, they know they'll be the guards in the final round. They need to build up as much of a lead as possible here.
Carraro actually has 15 eliminations, so he had a super successful guard round, but the Chicken Champions need to get picked up here. They need these points. And there it is. He's doing a lot of work for his team, showing that, hey, I can push this up here too. Just gonna go ahead and take that 5-pointer, throw him right over the Fish Fam now, and they're in the top 3 running.
That was a great run from him. Corner peeked the entire time, made sure nobody was looking for him. Like, he was barely threatened, but right now, Bensor coming through. The Chicken Champions, can they overtake in the last minute? That's 10 more points. That is going to go through for them, and it starts pushing up. Llama Record needs to get in some runs. The Chicken Champions will not be on the defense with them for the last one, so they're pushing it through. Right now, it is the Sunshine Soldiers and the Fish Fam up there, so they're doing their best to delay everyone. X-Sandy gets picked off by Tyler, and now Carnifex is chilling in the back on that rusted out car. Hand of Blood just barely avoids the shot. Oh. Saw the hitbox going through there. The Tracers finding a way through the window, but not enough as Dracius gets in. 2 more 10-point props also going over, and we're seeing, I think, a little bit closer of a score here, minus the fact that the Chicken Champions haven't shot yet.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Neither have the Llama Company. The Llamas have not shot, went into the guard tower at all. You can tell because when we go to their POVs, they don't have any elims, so they have not taken a run yet.
Yes, excuse me, I misspoke that, meaning the Chicken Champions had already shot.
Oh,
the fact that they're already up
so
to
they're doing great.
Llama needs to press on it. The only team who really has a definitive lead right now is the Chicken Champions. Effectively, they're up 30 points on the rest of the field because Cuddle Team and Llama Record Co. both have to shoot next round.
Oh boy, so if they can't secure a big lead here in the last couple of seconds, if something can't get processed, oh, the poor Burger at the very end.
Burger did not get processed. We like it, never frozen there. Brilliantly done. Doesn't find it. Great work from coming out, and Carnifex doing a great job. Round 4 will begin. It's going to be the last match, and we're going to see what the line is going to be. Who is up in the tower? Who will be able to defend? And can they hold them off? Again, it's Llama Record Co. and the Cuddle Crew up there.
Go Taga.
It's already up there. And you can see the Chicken Champions were able to connect, so it's all about can a Little Whip and them catch up. They need a fantastic run, and they have to do everything to deny him, and you can see right away already tunneling in on those 10-point props.
Yeah, the Cuddle Crew cannot earn points. The Chicken Champions already have the lead. They just kind of continue to press on here. Llama Records are up at their run, but it still matters. There's so much on the line for depending on each game, right? Each game is worth so much. You still want to hold your placement regardless of what. This is still a fantastic game for all the teams in the top 3 right now.
And I mean, we saw the Ravens come up huge in their last match, pushing all the way from 7th into 3rd because of clutch last-minute decision-making. Right now, Little Whips are trying to do everything they can to catch up with the Chicken Champions and not deny them. Ninja still sticking with the water heater runs, trying to get as many of those in, but the Chicken Champions are still stretching out their lead. They have a 25-point lead, which means the Little Whip Warriors have to either start fast running with the 5-point props or switch to 10-point props. They cannot catch them doing a patient 5-point strategy right now. They won't have enough time with how good the Chicken Champions have been. They have been the prop masters so far.
Yes, they have. They were doing so good, and oh no, Ninja hits a huge spike there. He's trying to dodge, and he's so close to making it through. very, very close. Here comes a 10-pointer from Taldoc, sneaks it right in. That's great for the Little Whip Warriors. That's actually going to throw them over the Llama Record Company right there. Cuddle Crew actually is somehow up. The Little Whip Warriors actually went to second place now. They're so close to overthrowing the Chicken Champions as well.
It's going to come down to the last final moments. Can the Little Whip Warriors get the runs they need to? You can see Kaz is taking the corner route, trying to find whatever he can, and he's doing it very well so far. Avoiding the jump pads there. Pretty sure Ninja called those ones out on the run since he hit them on the last time. You can see they're only 20 points down. They're all on 5-point props right now. They will be able to do it, but all of a sudden, Fish Fam is right there as well. They're only 25 points up. Here comes a rotation of prop. 5 points will be coming across for the Little Whips. Fish Fam also getting it, but Cuddle Crew does finally get pushed up there. Brilliantly done. 15 points now separates them, but Ryan gets one in for the Tender Defenders, pushing it back up to 25 with only 30 seconds remaining. Rubius knows if he can get this water heater in, if he can be safe. Oh, apologies, hidden so well. He was the statue going on there. And as you can see, hits the jump pad, stays on the corner, will get it in. That's going to push them 30 points clear. But as I say that, Fish Fam catches right back up. 19 seconds left, Monster, in the final match of set 2 on Junkyard Juke. Can the last minute scores come through? 25 points, they need a run of 10s. Kaz got in, the box is coming just behind. Fish Fam gets picked up. The Chicken Champions have done enough to round out the final match. Brilliantly done in match 2, repeat at match 3. They are the Chicken Champions. Excellently done, and they defended their crown.
That's right, and you have to give props to everyone else that managed to kind of hold a top 3 lead, especially right there in those final moments. Little Whip Warriors, the Fish Fans really coming up at the end there, you know, bumping up their prize earnings, because every round everyone's a winner, but you can earn just a little bit more. You can win a little bit more.
Yeah, it was just brilliantly done there. And these are actually the creators who helped with this. Brilliantly done from them. Some fantastic gentlemen. Thank you guys all so much for your help in making this mode come to life. Some fine gentlemen up there, the creative builders were at that game jam out there, spent hours and hours, and it really blows my mind to see what they're able to do in this creative mode. Because like, I'll go in, I'll play some stuff, yeah, I think I'm pretty good, and they're like, oh yeah, after 20 minutes I have this full game mode, here's how the scoring works, here's the barriers. I'm like,
and that's the magic of creative, right? These unlimited possibilities, really, when it comes down to coming up with these game modes. We've seen tons of fun ones, obviously developed not only for, you know, the creative kind of fun side of the community, but the comp side as well, right? There's plenty of great game modes out there.
Yeah, shout out to all the guys out there playing Storm Wars. We know you guys enjoy it, but that was a fantastic way to close out set number 2. And a brilliant, honestly, I enjoyed Junkyard Juke. It was fun to see kind of the definitive playstyles come out. Patience ended up being key, but players started finding the diagonal runs, knowing that like, hey, I'm gonna stick with the statue because this is my comfort, or like, I know on this run I can be blocked by this tree and this dumpster and I only show myself once. But again, brilliant from the Fish Fam and Little Whip Warriors to push up and pass those guys in the last moments, pushing them into the top 4 and earning just a little bit more of that prize money.
That's right, because they want it all here at the Fortnite Creative Finals, and it's going down. So, you know, you love to see it. We've seen a series of, you know, I guess different people succeeding, right? And all of these, the Chicken Champions really kind of came out.
Well, that's what, again, I love about all of this and about creative. There's so many different skills that Fortnite isn't all about one individual thing. You see these guys and what they're doing is incredibly well. Able to execute the game plan, talk with their teammates, come up with something new, and the Chicken Champions elevated. They were clearly better than the rest at Junkyard Juke, but the question is, will that continue when we get into the Golden Games? Right now, we're gonna get a chance to speak with the Chicken Champions, who's up top with Pooks. Pooks, what do you got for us?
Thank you so much, Sundown. I am down here with the Chicken Champions, who surprisingly didn't fly the coop. They put on an absolute clinic today in the creative trials. I'm here with Rubius. Now, you guys won the last game as well, so 2 in a row. You guys had a pretty great strategy. Do you want to kind of talk me through that a little bit?
Oh, what can I say? It's the power of Norway, the power of Spain, and the power of Detroit. Like, we're crushing it. And we're a chicken, so we're good at hiding. Like, we're not good at shooting and stuff, but at hiding, we're the best. The best strategy, I think, is, well, let him take the big stuff, and we are like the supports. Like, we take the small stuff, the 5 points and stuff like that, and the trick is, don't tell them anybody, but the trick is to go in the corners. Like, no one is watching the corners. It's insane.
So no one is watching the corners. I hope all of your competitors did not hear you just say that. Now, he said that you were in charge of taking the big items. Does that put a little bit more pressure on you?
No, it's good. It works good, so.
So you guys have a ton of confidence now. You have won 2 games in a row. I'm so excited to see how you all perform in the rest of the day. Going into these next games, do you have anything you're going to change, or are you going to keep things the same?
We're just going to keep things the same, stay consistent, keep a level ahead, play slow. That's really it. So.
And finally, just for you there on the end, I just want to talk a little bit about, you touched on the diversity of this group. Yeah. Now, I know you guys have really not played together much before. What has that been like, coming together, playing here with your teammates from all over the world?
It's amazing. I share these moments with my team, and the next mode, it's amazing. And bueno, this parkour, I think my team is very good in parkour, and I win. We win.
You guys are so confident. I love it. Hopefully that carries on into your next games. Congratulations again, guys. Thank you so much. Sundown, back to you.
Can I send some love to Twitch chat?
Oh,
Let's go.
Twitch chat. Twitch chat. There we go.
It's everywhere, man. Thanks for the plug out there, El Rubius. Fantastically well done. Love to everyone all over, no matter where you're watching, whether it's Fortnite.com/watch, on Twitch, on YouTube, in client, you're loading up all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for all of this, it being here. Set 2 is done. It's wrapped up. But, I mean, we saw a big shift in the gameplay. We saw a lot of different changes going on, and it's going to be up converting into that golden games when we see a little bit of a remix on it. Not going to spoil any surprises. I know it's fine, but I'm just
second game there on Junkyard Juke. Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. Can't wait to see who's going to earn that and who's going to continue on towards their path to the Creative World Cup champions.
Thank you so much, Ball, for that in-depth analysis. Now, I know you guys want to see the standings. We want to see them as well. Unfortunately, there was a slight little hiccup. We want to make sure everything is right. This is a huge moment for all of these guys up on that stage. So, while we sort that out, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the standings after set 2, and then move into set 3, which is the world premiere, never before seen world run. So, you need to go do anything? Go do it now. Take your bio breaks, take care of everything you need, and then we will be right back.
Hey, my name's Magma, and today I'm in New York because I qualified for week 4 of the creative trials for Godiga's map. we have the Battle Royale skills, building Death Run, we have to.
I am here in the production pit. I am in engineering row right now. I am joined by my friend Peyton, and he does the robotics. Let's talk a little bit about that. What do you do specifically here?
We have a bunch of robotic cameras around the arena that we shoot different angles from, and we're able to pick up shots of the players that are playing the game. We also do a lot of crowd shots, so we're able to shoot the audience and get some really great reacts for both the stream and for the front house.
You guys heard it. If you're out in the crowd this weekend, here live for the Fortnite World Cup, show us some energy because Peyton is going to be looking for your reactions, and you could end up on stream.
You want to play with it, see how it goes?
Of course I do. That's not even a question, but I'm so into this right now. This is amazing.
Scarlet, I come from Japan. I'm happy and excited to be playing with so many players that I've seen on the internet. My favorite place to drop is Fatal Fields. If I win the Fortnite World Cup, first I want to buy a house, and then I'm going to eat a lot of food.
It's so heavy. World Cup Ponsen.
I'm definitely going to win the Fortnite World Cup, so keep cheering for me.
Hi, I'm Fortnite and I'm here to compete in the Creative World Cup. I competed in most of the trials and was really excited when they announced the bonus weeks after the original 5 were over. And competed in the and I had to speed run at the moment. I really enjoy the styles and death runs that there are, and I really enjoy speed running them and trying to get as good as time as I can. The moment I found out that I qualified, I was insane, and I wasn't sure if I was going to before that, and it was just crazy that I am here. And Fortnite and the Sunshine Soldiers are going to win because we have 2 captains, so we're twice as good.
What is going on? We're getting some good practice here for the Fortnite World Cup Creative Finals happening very, very soon. A lot of first thoughts, first looks at the Sky Station Showdown, which is an incredible map.
It was a great map. I mean, it mixes a huge new element into the game. You know, you got to protect the person with the sword, capture the objective, but my team, great teamwork, and, you know, we kind of pulled through at the end there. It was awesome.
1000%. You know, so being able to kind of get your hands on the map, you know, before obviously the big moment, it's huge. It's huge. And so, like you said a second ago, this is a brand new way of viewing Fortnite and playing Fortnite, which is incredible.
Exactly. It's super exciting to see what people come up with, and it's also turning into a competitive aspect and put it in the game and make it tournament. So
it's amazing. So, any general kind of thoughts, concerns, maybe about strategy? I don't know.
You know, I think we won. So, you know, strategy.
All right. Listen, this is practice still. We've got the big moment coming up very soon, but do you want to shout out your team real quick?
Yeah, no, we've got some speedrunners in our midst, actually. We've got Tyler, we've got Zand, and Suzu. They are all speedrunners of death runs. And as you know, later in the Creative Cup, there's going to be a death run involved level, so we're going to take that one.
Inspired by the creative man, Scissors himself has made many a streamer, many a content creator very angry with a death run, myself included. Great job with the practice round. We'll see you very soon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fortnite World Cup Finals. We're here in day number 1 where the creative finals are going down. The stadium is jam-packed with fans from around the world who have traveled here not only to watch us crown World Cup Creative Finals champions, but also solo and duo champions as well. I'm Zeke, this guy right here is Vala, and we're getting ready to hop back into all of the action. Now, I think, you know, we've seen a little bit of the first 2 game modes. You know, we got to see a little bit of the Sky Station Showdown. We got to see a little bit of that Junkyard Juke, but there's actually something that Sundown teased and that is the World Run.
World Run coming up next. Awesome. You know, it's something that I think a lot of these players are used to. I think they'll be very, very comfortable here. We'll have to see whether the challenge of the obstacle course will be, you know, anything that these guys can balk at, or if they're going to be able to just cruise through. We'll see. It's going to be fun.
Well, it's going to be really interesting, right? A lot of these players are very familiar with death runs, and it's very like mechanical, right? Yep. If you know how to execute, you can get through these obstacles, but you have to kind of get your eyes on them first, figure out how they work, and then make it through. So I think it's going to be very interesting, very fun for everyone here, and all the players as well. I'm hoping to see someone make it to the end. I don't know that anyone will. We'll see.
30 coins, and from what we've seen us and other people, it's very difficult. So we'll see. We'll hop into the overview and stuff like that later, but just to give like some examples of the things that there are. There's, you know, the trap, trying to trigger them, making sure you move. Impulse grenades are in play in this. There's some lava, all sorts of treacherous things you have to get across in this world run.
A lot of Neo jumps as well. And again, massive shout out to the 17 content creators that helped put these maps together. Mad props to you. You know, their hard work is being shown here on the stage. And these guys are at home, here, of course, playing it as well. In case, you know, you guys forgot, I'm Zeke, this guy right here is Follow. We're getting ready to jump into these next few matches. Get you guys up to the format and all those things. You kind of tease it, but we'll get there in just a moment. And very quickly, the Chicken Champions were actually the winners for set number 2, Junkyard Juke. Let's take a look at them right now. They were overall victorious of that last set, and there you go. The Tender Defender is there in person to congratulate them, Bala. Rubius and his team, they worked hard for it, and they are the victors.
Yeah, warming up for the next run, but they know now they earned the Silver Llama for that set, so it's 1-1. Woo! Chicken Champions earning their Silver Llama right now. They're surprised because they were getting ready, but here it is.
Rubius is like, wait, do I actually get that? Is that actually mine? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, you know, they are the current set winners. They have a Silver Llama for themselves. So that's now 2 different teams that have a Silver Llama. With only a few set matches left to go, I believe, you know, if the Chicken Champions can secure themselves a second Llama, that would be huge for them and their team, but we'll have to see how things go for them.
And the timing of the Silver Llama couldn't come earlier because they're about to hop in. This is definitely a booster for them in terms of their emotions and confidence going into the world run, because it is precise, it is difficult. You have to make sure that you hit it, otherwise you're wasting time. It's going to be a race between these guys to get as far in as possible, so that confidence boost is going to help dramatically in this last moment set.
Yeah, for sure, and it's actually a race, the World Run. It is similar to a death run with a bunch of obstacles. Let's go ahead and talk about that and everything that surrounds it. So there's actually 30 coins in the map. Whichever team gets all 30, the fastest, or as many as possible until time runs out, will be the victor for that round set. You know, like I said, these are insanely difficult obstacles. I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be forthcoming, I'm going to be vulnerable with you, the Fortnite fan. Listen, the farthest I got was 14. Okay, it's actually really difficult, and I'm by no means a death runner. By no means.
Are the best of the best.
You guys are going to fly.
In terms of death runner, in terms of this map specifically, it's going to be absolutely awesome. We'll go ahead and take a look at some of those obstacles right now. So go ahead.
We're going around the world in this new creative team, Death Run. In this challenging new creative game, 8 teams of 4, led by some of your favorite content creators from around the world, will compete to collect all the coins in their lane faster than everyone else. The first team to collect all coins in their lane wins. If they don't finish, the number of coins they collect will determine their placement. If a player is eliminated, they'll respawn at their most recent checkpoint. Any team member can grab a coin for their team, so players will have to work strategically to gather all of the coins before the 10-minute timer runs out. It might sound simple, but it ain't easy. Players have no mats and limited items they can pick up along the way. Each team will have to use teamwork, communication, smarts, and speed to make it to the top of the leaderboard and take home their piece of the $3 million creative prize pool. Ready, set, run!
I do not know how you just did that while you were here. That did not sound like you here at all, and I didn't see your mouth move.
I'm magic. That's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. But yeah, World Run, you got a little bit of sneak peek there. We're getting ready to hop into these games right now. Speaking of which, let's just go ahead and do that. I think this is going to be very, very fun. We are getting ready. If you guys here in the stadium are ready and excited, let these teams hear it. Let's hear you right now. Man, that's so weak. No. Okay, let's pretend the first one never happened. Like I was saying, if you guys want to let these teams know how you're feeling, let them hear it! Yeah! That's what I like to see. And now the game begins. Here we go, the world premiere of the World Run.
See how they do out of the gates. They are open now, and it's all up to these guys to start hitting their first jumps, and people are falling left and right. A couple of first coins are taken, and everybody seems to be off to a hot start. This is really like off to the races here.
Man, Forturtle and Zand are already flying through these first set of challenges. Again, you know, these are the very, very top of the best of the best of the creative world, right? They've worked all 8 qualifier weeks long. They've made it through with their team captains, and now they're here. So once they figure out these obstacles, be prepared to watch them fly through them.
First couple are relatively simple. The double doors are probably the first like one that you have to kind of know or see it in advance. And then here, the impulse jump into the tire, into the castle, and 3 players have already made it all the way there. It's neck and neck between most teams right now, 10-8.
Bro, I'm so mad. Do you understand? I literally had to play this to completion, all 12-minute rounds, 4 times to make it halfway, which this is the castle. And these guys got it in like 3 minutes. I'm upset.
Oh, this is why they're the World Cup creative players, and you are not. You're here casting.
That's cool. I'll hold that L, I suppose. I'll hold that for sure. So there's a few challenges here in the castle here, Bala. But as you saw there, Karora actually took a little peek at it. There's these little bumpers, and that'll actually send you upward into the next, basically, tier. So the most optimal strategy here is actually to leave two of your teammates behind, send 2 up to try and gather more points faster. Because otherwise, you're just going to dedicate too much time, and you really want to maximize your time.
There's definitely a couple coins that you definitely want to get as fast as possible through here. They're trying to get the half slides through with the chiller traps. Right now, nobody seems to have figured it out just yet, at least in the view that we're watching. But meanwhile, the Fish Fam and the Sunshine Soldiers are up to 13 now, but still neck and neck. I believe all teams are now inside of the castle, and we call this basically the first kind of tier of the difficulty for these obstacles. As they move up and go past this, they will become progressively harder.
Yeah, and again, this is the first time these creative players, qualifiers, have seen the World Run. They've never seen it before. They have just, you know, they are mad. Their skills are insane. And look at this, Taldeck's already up on the next tier. So he's probably telling his teammates, all right, look, up here, I just use this bumper. What do I have to do? So he's already trying to figure it out. I like it. That's not me. The moment I hit that pad, I was like, I guess I just keep moving forward, and I kept running.
I love this experimentation. He's actually also communicating back to his teammate at the same time, because he went over that bumper and he's looking, do I have an opportunity to go back here, or is this it? Do I have to go forward? Yep. Just like you were alluding to before. And now he decides, okay, he tells exactly what's going on to his teammates, Ninja, Kaz, and company, and they move forward. Alex JJ, though, is off to really the races. He's way ahead of everybody, I think, but no, there's a Raven's Revenge. No, it's Svenos, it's his team. They're moving.
Yeah, they are moving. So what's tricky about that last jump there is those little directional pads will give you forward momentum, but in jumping you lose something. You have to make it in a straight run. There you have to trigger the trap, get the impulse to make that precise jump, land on the other side, trigger the trap in one fail swoop, while also taking a step back to keep yourself safe. Now there is a little few secret ways to kind of trigger certain traps or get around certain obstacles. We'll have to see if these players discover them. But like you said, man, Svenos is destroying the game right now.
Just unbelievable. And this isn't even a team that qualified from a death run or elimination run or even a speed run. They qualified from a survival map. And he's doing things like this. He is leading the pack. There's a Fish Fam up ahead of him, though.
Yep.
They're not hitting this just yet. This is so precise. You have to change the altitude. Is he going to hit it? No. Second try. Here's Suzo.
First jump. Now this is the impulse. You want to send you a little bit forward. Now this is one where you want to get height. You got to throw it, try to get on top of it.
No! Just barely, Suzo. He's at 21 points right now in third in terms of coins. And it's all up to timing, I think. Zeke, we might see this end in the first match here. In the first round, they might end up completing everything because they still got 5 minutes to go.
Well, because here's the thing. That obstacle there is called the ice jump. But this next one that Fortturtle is at, we call this the double danger. Let's just look at this real fast. This is really tricky.
He already knows.
He's already downloaded. He already knows what must be done. So you actually have to double hop, double bunny hop, land on the edge, take a step back, hit the trap without being eliminated, right? Then you can walk up this small ramp. Then, depending on how you want to go about it, you can just go forward. Okay, I'm a
third try.
I'm leaving. I'm done.
Fortturtle.
And he gets the coin in one swoop. Oh my.
But one thing, we have to look at the scores right now. 5 minutes to go. Fish Fam is at 26. They only have 4 coins remaining. But everybody else is starting to fall behind. We're starting to see the Fish Fam come way out above here of the rest of them. That's because they probably have the majority of their players through. The majority of the players are collecting those coins. There's Fortturtle. He makes it through the double danger, collects the coin. Now, what do you do from here? They get up.
And you go for Fortturtle, it's funny because he's just excited about being here, able to compete on the stage in front of like thousands of people and all of his peers. And bro, he is just slaying it right now. Oh, you gotta be careful. Okay, yep. Everything's fine. Now you gotta make the jump. Go for one shot.
That is
gotcha.
That
Get
is
him trap, baby.
That is the first time I've seen that. I've seen the theory. I mean, I've heard it theorized, but I haven't seen that yet. But Fish Fam, I was wondering, it's Scissors and company. 26 points. They're not at the same point that the Sunshine Soldiers are at, but they're at 26 total, the entire team. They have clearly synergized with Scissors here, but looks to be that even the Ravens Revenge are stuck at 26, so this might be a difficult one to get past.
Yeah, this one, so the tricky bit about this one is there's actually no checkpoint in between here. It's where you need to get to. That's what makes the double danger that double dangerousness. 26 points across, and there's only about 3 minutes left, so these guys really have to focus up, try to get through. Now, the key thing going forward is, again, this is a test of speed, right? So a lot of these players are seeing the traps, they're making it through, memorizing kind of what they have to be doing to make it through these obstacles. Zan's already through. When they get to come through next time, it's going to be that much faster, right? They're going to be just tearing through all of these obstacles like they're nothing. Here we go. Lock the
captains. Hey, this is important too because they still have coins to earn on their own.
Right.
They're you know. Back up.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Here the other. Yes. All right. Land on it. Try that one. Dude.
Is he gonna get it? Nice dodge. Ooh. This is insane right now, and there's the second player to make it through Fortturtle into the door. No!
Nope, and look, you have to drop back down. So that's the challenging part. We call this thread the needle, right? You have to make it in one go. This is extremely difficult, and this is where a lot of these players are going to get caught up. But Turtle is a legend.
He's not going to miss this ever again because he already knows that the trap, unfortunately, was timed at the wrong time for Clytax. Fortunately, everybody is hard stuck at 27 coins with 1 minute left. I believe whoever is going to be the first to make it through here might find themselves the first winners on the world run. 1 minute left.
You gotta be thinking, are they saying Raven's Revenge? Wait, they just got the 28th coin. They might be through Thread the Needle. Next up would be, I believe, bump jumps.
Did get through. We saw the end results up there. Made it through the door.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, nice catching yourself. All right, you got to clear the trap.
That boost pad on the side. It's just disappointment and frustration in his face. Ooh. If he wants to secure this, he needs to try to get one more coin in the next 30 seconds because I think Fortturtle is going to be able to catch up. Here's the jump.
Right. This is the first time we're going to see this. 25 seconds. Okay. So this is where you risk it all, man. This is it, the leap of faith. Watch these precision jumps. We've got 18 seconds left on them. So these are these Neo jumps, right? You jump out and around, keeping that momentum.
10 seconds left here. One coin remaining for the Ravens Revenge to find. He just got to get around that corner. I don't know if he's going to be able to climb these staircases just now. No, he's given up. He says no. Everybody else is left in the dust. Ravens Revenge take the first world run with 29 coins. Not quite finishing the map, but I believe next time they might.
And these legendary birds of the sky, they made it all the way up there, man. They were on the leap of faith, that last little section there. They had 29 coins, and if they had made it up, especially if they made even just 2 people up there, they could have been kind of starting a rotation, right? You jump first, see how far you can make, I will follow. But the big key for them is now they know what every single relay is, right? So going into this next round, they can say, we know what we have to do. Don't forget, make this precision jump here, do these little things to try and get through. And that could prove to be a very good advantage for them.
Yeah, and they don't have the Silver Llama yet. They don't have anything in terms of Llama, so this is important. Any of those teams that don't have a Llama right now, they need to earn it if they want to be in contention towards those golden games. Of course, every match matters, Zeke. They are earning prizes every single match.
And that's got to feel good, right, to have a stellar game here to get some of that prize pool for yourself and your team. That's huge, right? Like, so much respect to these. Also, Turtle, what the heck?
Yeah.
What is this kid on?
Yeah. Ridiculous. He was one of the first to achieve every single obstacle every single time. Finally, he got stuck on that one at the end. I don't know what you were calling it. It was a nice twist of the tongue, but just amazing there from Fortturtle to be the first every single time and then getting overtaken at the end. But, you know, next time, he knows it now. He's probably going to be the fastest to get ahead of everybody because he knows it all now. And you saw how mechanically good he was once he figured out the obstacle. So I think all signs are pointing towards another Fortturtle performance like that.
I mean, like you said, he's downloaded it all, right? He's got it up here, and now he just put it down on paper. I mean, again, though, Ravens Revenge have got a little bit of that advantage, right? They've seen the other plays. I think the big thing, though, is trying to get more of your teammates through to the challenges, right? Like, it's very difficult to try and get all 4, you know, in one fell swoop, Raven pun. But if you can make it, even just that second person, like the moment you start to miss a jump, you're like, all right, I'm going to be eliminated, just go forward. And maybe that person sees where you went wrong and is like, okay, I can make the jump, and then they go forward, right? And then you're just kind of constantly flogging through, getting more coins, and getting where you need to be.
Yeah, and there was also an aspect of covering for others as they made it through, especially as that castle point happened. We saw Lachlan and Hand of Blood, the 2 team captains, all the way back in the back, but their teams were still up there because they were covering for them, they were getting those coins. But next time, they definitely need to be trying to make the effort to get all the way through and collect those coins as time progresses.
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think what would be only fitting is to hear from one of these teams. Specifically, I want to hone in on the Cuddle Crew. We've got none other than Monsters standing by with them to hear their thoughts.
What happened here? Okay, yeah.
All right, so here we have it, Lachlan. I know, I've heard from the grapevine, these guys and yourself actually qualified for the creative finals through a death run, and boy, oh boy, I just got to know what happened here. How did this translate? This is a death run. What happened, Lachlan?
Look, the qualifying map was a bit of a puzzle death run, so, you know, they had time to work with it. It was our first attempt running through, so it was a bit rough. I don't know if you guys caught me sitting on like an impulse level for like 10 minutes, but that was fun. So we're not going to do that this time. Clytak's over here. He's our designated carry, so hopefully he can carry us harder in the next round, and yeah.
I hear that. So now I got to come this way. Lachlan is dependent on you guys. What was going on? Was the death run, did it catch you by surprise, or was it just certain tricky moments that kind of choked you up and had you hung up there?
I was a bit of confused in the castle because I didn't know where to go, and then the impulse jump at the beginning it just messed me up a bit. And at the end, I didn't know where to go. It's just a bit confusing.
And I have one more question here. So you guys have not seen the death run prior to this. do you think that kind of held you back? And if you have another run at it, which you will, do you guys think that that second time around you'll kind of have the strategies down packed? And I'm going to come down here with this.
Yeah, I think that the first time around is always the hardest because, you know, you're kind of going into this environment, you don't know where to go, but the second time around, I think we'll be a little bit stronger and hopefully we get better time.
Absolutely, I bet it. So once again, this is the creative finals here. You guys, like I said, Lachlan pulled through with the puzzle def runs, but just showing the difference here. So we're going to send it back up to you guys at the desk. And again, thank you.
You know, Lachlan, you are good at many things, but apparently you're showing the world you're not the great at impulses. But it's okay. You're going to have another shot and showing them that the original thought we had is wrong, because I know you can do this. I know you can. We had a chance to talk earlier, and you're like, bro, I'm the best. And I was like, I know that. Show everyone that. You just got to show them, Bala.
You know what else we're going to show them? We're going to show them the standings after that first game in this set right now. Who ended up where in terms of the prizing and where they are on their journey to the llama at the end of the set. So it's Raven's Revenge obviously in first. They earned themselves $55,000 and that much closer to the silver llama.
That's right, but don't forget, Funky Fighters and the Chicken Champions both have those silver llamas. That is going to be a massive determining factor in going forward. You know, if you're Raven's Revenge, you are absolutely looking to try and snag that silver llama if possible, because that's going to put you in contention, right? Then you have to set your eyes on the gold llama for the tiebreakers. But all in all, to be able to kind of come through and win that prize money for you and your team is massive. They have confidence, right? And again, I think the only other team that stands right in their way right now is Turtle. This guy is a maniac. He's showing us that he is. Let's see if that happens here in game number 2.
The Sunshine Soldiers fell short, but Turtle showed us all what he was made for. And I think we're getting ready to go into the match. As all the players are loading up right now, there's the Fish Fam, Scissors and company. They're all about to start. The gates are about to open. Guys, let's hear it for them.
Ah, there you guys are. You're paying attention. I respect it. Here we go. 10 minutes. Countdown has begun. The gates are open. And now here we go. Husey is first out of the gate, immediately just flying. You can see this is completely different than before, right? Before, people were kind of taking their time. Hey, what's this? I can't see where this ledge. What's going here? Let's sit here and inspect everything. That's not the case now. Everyone is just flying through these obstacles.
Yeah, a couple of these guys have not gone down yet. Here's Magma, making his way through with the Ravens Revenge. This was the team that came out on top and was the player that led them all the way up to those treacherous stairway that we saw at the end there. Almost getting up around the corners. And here it looks like we are almost to the castle before Turtle. And this is the player we were talking about so much, Zeke.
That's right, man. A legend in every way of the word. Stewart almost making the jump for the Sunshine Soldiers as well. Unfortunately not. So this is this trap, this obstacle, very precise jump. You actually have to impulse a very specific way, at a specific angle, at a specific distance away from you to make it all in one jump. You can also, I hope they're not listening, but you can turn around and actually impulse backwards, right? So you base away from the tires and impulse yourself backward while jumping. Again, even doing that though, very precise. You know, you have to make sure you're doing this in one go. Look, Hyozi's already here. He's already trying to collect the coins.
Already towards the half pipes in the castle. Wonder if he already triggered all the traps down below and grabbed that coin, or if he's leaving that for another teammate. Gonna grab that coin perfectly. Nice job by Hyozi. Now he's moving up even further. No, he's going to go back to get those traps.
He made it. There you go, Suzu. Nice. All right, trigger the trap. Take a step back. Impulse forward.
He's already
too shallow. I mean, look.
Through the castle.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. So don't forget, the castle is open. So once you do make it to that halfway mark, you can just send someone forward, right? Like, even if you're the first one and you're really confident, you can say, hey, Bala, I know you made it first. Just go. Go up to the next round. I'm going to stay behind. I'm going to pick up the coins, right? So quite a bit of teamwork going into this. But look along the way, man. These jumps are crazy. Suzu, what are you? Okay, what a legend. Yeah. What a legend.
Showing everybody that he can hang. He's led on the team of Scissors with Fish Fam. We saw them not too far in the prizing. 18 points right now. They're leading the way. But no, it's actually Turtle again. Already towards these varying distance impulse jumps. And is he going to first shot it? No, not exactly. You know he's going to hit it on the next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, you know, this is kind of one of those things. The more that you do this, the easier it is the next time around, right? Once it's like throw it here, you're like, nope, that's not correct. This might be it. Okay, closer. Closer. I like it. Will he make it on the third jump? Don't forget, though, we got the Funky Fighters at 20 coins. We've got Fish Fam at 20 coins. Sunshine Soldiers that need to try and pick it up. Here we go. Nice, but get across. Nice.
Perfect play from Fort Turtle. Now towards the lava jump and what you were dubbing as double danger. Does he get a first shot? Does dodge the traps.
Okay.
This is from where he went last time. Gets the coin. He's going to double back.
First try.
Oh my goodness. He went through those. I would have gotten scared there, but no. Fort Turtle knows exactly what he's doing. Going to get all the coins in first try on the double danger, but doesn't make it through, so he has to still complete it. And Suzu and Sand, meanwhile, from Fish Fam, are taking the lead.
And that's what I kind of talked about, right? Trying to send 2 through. If you and your duo partner can make it through these jumps and get there, then you can start watching, right? Because like you as a player, you go to do it, you mess up and you're eliminating, you're like, what happened? What exactly did I do? You kind of go back and then kind of relive that moment. Not here, right?
This is the moment that they were all stuck on for so long. Suzu knows it now. He's not going to hit the first time. Zand also attempted it at the same time. Not going to work out just yet. Here they're going to give themselves the opportunity. Suzu trying again. Triggers 2. The third, yes. The jump.
Right,
yes.
Nice. Oh, and Zand. He was worried there that he might have pushed
the door
him off.
Not sure if he made it. I don't see him falling down. Yes, he did make the doorway, and now he's back towards this thing where he has to go under at the same time as triggering the trap. He does it. He's back to the stairs. The Fish Fam only need 1 more coin, and they're about to do it in 5 minutes. It is so fast here. The last time we got here, it was 1 minute and 30 seconds. So 1 more coin for him to complete the map. He makes it farther than any player has yet so far.
Where's the next pad? He actually found it first try. I don't believe it. No, that was not where you gotta go. You gotta go back inward. It's okay though. He's gonna get another shot. Man, that was very impressive. Honestly, I would have been like, where am I supposed to go? But that's why this is called the leap of faith. You've got to jump around that corner and hope that something will be there to catch you.
Faith he has. And with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, not a single person, not a single soul in vision. He's going to have plenty of time to work with. We'll see if the Ravens' revenge can repeat and get back to where they were, but it looks like Sand is also going to join as well, but no, he falls just before. Yes, Tyler too. So the Fish Fam is coming through in big numbers at this last leap of faith.
And you know what could be huge here for Fish Fam? If they can make it through the leap of faith and they can actually get this coin, they're going to stop the timer, right? So less time that everyone else kind of has around to observe what's going on and try to get this practice in, the better. Here we go. Nice. All right, you got to jump in and out and around. Out and around. Yes, use the wall. Okay. All right. Yeah, look around. Uh-huh. Yes. All right. Okay. All right, here we go.
Wait. Last jump. And he needs to hit the coin. This is going to be it. No, he didn't touch it. Just barely missed there. Finally hits the bouncer and he's gone. There it is. The first players to complete the world run in 5 minutes and 52 seconds. An unbelievable time compared to what we saw last time. But still, the remaining teams have to battle it out. Back to the Ravens' revenge. They're still on the double danger. And they are going to get through. He has to hit the door, though. Oh, he almost fell all the way back down. Here
we go.
Not finding the speed, not finding the bounce there.
Threading the needle. Oh, you hate to see it. Now, don't forget, remember, Ravens Revenge was the first team from last round. They made it here, and they're already kind of right back where they need to be. You've got the Sunshine Soldiers also going for the leap of faith. But look at how many coins they have, right? In theory, they should be at 29. This should be the last coin that they need to pick up. But someone hasn't picked up points. Now, where? I'm not sure. But that could make or break their performance right here.
That absolutely could. We know Sunshine Soldiers had a great performance last game. Fort Turtle has completed the map. If you see him up there, he's just watching on down. But the Ravens' Revenge seem to have completed just a little bit more. Everybody now, I think, going to be trying to attempt these last couple of jumps. And they must try to complete the match. But important to note is the Ravens' Revenge in second place right now. They need one more coin as well. That puts them in a huge advantage for that Silver Llama when we go into the third game. What just happened there with Stewart? He just climbed to the top with the tires.
That's right, the secret tires. See, these are little things you discover as you're... Oh, it's okay, Stuart. Don't worry. Take a deep breath. Line it back up. You got this. 2 minutes left on the clock, Bala.
Taga all the way in the back. He's catching up with his team. He's going to hit that. Can he hit the last one? He lost a little bit of speed, but he does. So he's joining up. Maybe he can collect any coin that he missed. No, it's actually going to be Artur up here. He's got to finish the leap of faith as well. So number of teams here.
Man, you got to think, if you're everyone else, you've already seen the Fish Fam stop that timer at 5:52, right? Just under 6 minutes. So you're thinking, we have to go. We have to be hitting these jumps, and that's just applying more pressure, right? Especially with a crowd here roaring as well. You know, there's all this pressure on the line. Nice jumps here. All right, keep looking around. Yeah, you see it right there. Bounce off the wall, out and around. Oh!
So difficult. So challenging. He's learning the reasons why right now. He's going to continue to get more attempts. Meanwhile, the Funky Fighters have gotten their last coin up to the final one. Kuto being the player who gets there. He's on the leap of faith as well, so it's just head-to-head against these two. And this is very important for Funky Fighters. They need to stop Raven's Revenge. If anything else, getting second obviously important, but also because it's head-to-head against Raven's Revenge, this is such a meaningful final jump.
And, I mean, don't forget, they were the winners of that first round, so they already have points built up from that. If they can secure this last coin, that could be massive heading into the standings. But again, we've just got about 50 seconds left here. You can just tell they're just trying to hit these jumps with everything they can.
Okay, Kuto, a little bit further than we saw him last time. He's got to make the leap.
Yeah, this is the one you have to go out and right? There
okay,
you go.
Now the bounce off the wall. Okay. Looking exactly, seeing if there's any more opportunities. He makes it. Okay, this could be clutch.
Bounce.
This could be clutch here from Kuto. Just gets to the top here, and then he needs the bounce pad. Yes, perfect. Just the coin now. He gets it.
There it is.
9 minutes and 23 seconds ahead of the Ravens Revenge. Still time on the clock, though, for the Ravens Revenge to collect that last one. And what's impressive, too, is that 2 players have actually completed for it. The players up above, but now the rest of them, 1 second remaining. It's still going to be the Fish Fam, 5 minutes and 52 seconds, who take that one. That second map of the world run is down and done.
Man, mad props to the Fish Fam. They did it in almost under 5 minutes, right? They came out at that 5:25 mark, 5.5 minutes. Now, Funky were right behind them. A little longer, right, at that 9:23 mark, but still, they got all 30 coins. If we have to go to tiebreakers, these 2 teams have 1 more coin than everyone else up at that 29 mark. So that could very well make a big difference heading into tiebreakers. But again, Fish Fam, way to show up. I respect it.
It's crazy, the improvement from game 1 into game 2.
Yeah.
It was just awesome. Ravens Revenge obviously in the first match coming out ahead, but Fish Fam clearly improving all across the board. And it wasn't just one person. It felt like it was the entire team because that time was unbelievable. That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, we'll have to see who else can do it. Again, you know, Ravens Revenge had a fantastic showing. Funky Fighters showed up there at the last moment. And then, obviously, the Fish Fam. But don't forget, you still got players like Fortnite over on Sunshine Soldiers. Everyone, all of these teams have someone that's going to get them very, very far, right? We've seen that. But now the question is, heading into this next match, what does that mean? Fish Fam have already completed it. Funky have already completed it. Raven have gotten close. Does that mean we're gonna see another 5-minute timer? Could we see it even faster?
Good question. And what Ravens Revenge needs to figure out how to end the match. Because if they don't, then they won't be able to get ahead. They won't be able to close out, especially as other teams go ahead. Fish Fam knows how to complete it. They've proven that they can complete it, and Funky Fighters as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for now, let's send it over to the stage where Pookie is standing by with the Fish Fam. And Pooks, real quick, ask them what their favorite fish stick is.
You know, can't always make it all about you, but I am down here with the Fish Fam. It is, dare I say, official. They're the first team to take a victory in the death run. I'm going to start here with Suzu. So you were the one that essentially clutched that victory for your team. How did that feel?
It felt great. Like, at first, I choked the bouncer, and then I thought I choked the level as well. But then I figured it out, and I picked up the coin. I was like, wait, this is it? Let's go, baby.
It definitely looked like you were in a little bit of a precarious situation there for just a second. Was your team coaching and helping you that whole time?
Yeah, they kept track of the coins that we picked up. They kept motivating me, like, you got this, this is easy, we got this, we got it in the pocket and stuff.
So yeah, that felt great.
Awesome. Now I'm going to come over to you, Scissors. We all know you are the veteran of death runs. You have been doing this from the very beginning. It must be an absolute honor to be here on the stage today competing, being able to help these guys out, pulling through to a victory. Are you going to continue the strategy going into the next game?
We've got the strategy on lock, and obviously it's awesome, you know, helping these guys, but they're helping me win. They're the real speedrunners.
Well, I mean, it is a team effort at the end of the day. All of you have picked up coins. Zand, I'm just going to go over here and talk to you really quickly. Now, I mean, this Creative Cup, what does this mean to you as, you know, a creative champion?
I mean, I'm not a champion yet, but maybe, yeah.
Maybe one day. Well, thank you guys so much for staying here, hanging out with me. Best of luck in the next run. Zeke, back to you guys.
Look at that, the Fish fam ready to go back in. They're already getting their heads back in the game. Also, great pun, Pookie. Also, I'm upset with you that you think this is all about me. What is wrong with you? All right, though, anyway, what kind of takeaways do you think these players can make heading into the next game?
Well, the takeaway that I take out from that is that they were all supportive. They interviewed, they said they were supporting each other, keeping track of the coins, and pushing their Suzu ahead, making sure that they're encouraging him. But for everybody else, I think the takeaway is, how do we beat that leap of faith?
Yeah.
That's the one that everybody's gotten stuck on. They've wasted a little bit of time at the double danger, but the leap of faith is really where everybody needs to close out, especially the Ravens' Revenge if they want to get that silver llama.
Well, we'll have to see how things unfold for them. Very quickly, though, let's take a little break here. Let's send it down to Cam for his insight. Sundown, what you got?
And Bala, and we're gonna take a look at some of the kind of strategy that goes into it. But first, all of these competitors who are here, who are competing in this world run, have had an opportunity to get there. It's been incredibly stressful. There's a certain amount of kind of mental edge you need to get through it. So let's kind of take a look in how these competitors prepare for what was a world premiere and first appearance ever. Let's take a listen in and how these guys are talking and getting ready for the match.
Oh, they only have one llama.
Just absolutely amazing there. You can tell Ninja and then the trendsetter right there throwing the peelies in the air, but also big shout out to whoever that was on the Llama Record Co. I saw you there hitting the llama bell. I got you. But now let's get into some of what happened during the World Run, some of the kind of cooler straightaways and, you know, some of the tough challenges that you face. So first, right away, here's a run coming out from Chappie of the Ravens' Revenge, and this was one of the first obstacles you hit. So you can see he's on pace with everyone else, but what makes this so great is how efficiently he transfers this over into the castle jump. Is barely able to delay. This is one of the toughest first things to get when you reach it. This is his first time ever seeing this jump. No problem. Hats off to you there. And then what does he do right away? Gets into the trap trigger and he's able to get them. Notice how as soon as he goes, he is quick flicking his camera back the other direction and gets all of those so consistently able to get it. Now, we saw a smashing success on their first attempt. Unfortunately, the Cuddle Crew had a little bit of a harder time when it came to that castle jump. It's okay, this could have been my replay and I wouldn't have been lying. So many of these, they're so incredibly difficult because you think, oh, I want to maximize my height up, but you have to get it out with the correct trajectory. Now you can see Ninja able to get through the speed part of the run and then over the top. This is towards the back half, and look how well he's able to then trigger those traps and get through. But the Fish fam were the ones who were able to make that incredible run on the back of Suzu. Now this was from his first run when the Ravens Revenge were able to get it, and if you look at the timer, next time he faced this, he about finished the course. So an incredible job from him to make sure he is pushing the limit with what they're able to do. And you can also see the level of communications. He knew he messed up right away, and then he immediately communicates to his team. He's like, hey, you gotta run and then go up. Now you're in kind of that double trouble area trying to get the triggers, and this is where they got held up for a significant amount of time. A lot of the competitors not being able to bait the chaps correctly, and now we're over with the Ravens' Revenge, who were able to power through this. Again, this was from the match number 1, and you can see how he's using quite literally every single space available to him, including the rock, including the jump off the side with the airstrike to then get up to that leap of faith, which is such an incredibly hard challenge, and only having 2 teams full completed it after the 2 runs when all of these players are such strong death runners. You can see the Fish Fam. Look at the timer on the clock, 5.5 minutes, and he's so quick going through it, and he's precise. He lines it up, he takes a step, and he goes. My question is now, between Suzu and Zen, they were so incredibly good last game. Can they beat that time? Can they keep pressing the pace, and will they be able to do it better? Because when you get up here, you have to do everything right, find the lineup, not miss a single one of your drops, and then get the final coin. Was able to then double back and grab it there off the launch pad for that 5:52 time in the #1 spot in match #2. This is now the 2nd time we've seen the world run, and we asked the question before, what happens in run #3? Can the Ravens Revenge get over that last obstacle of the leap of faith, or will everyone else start pressing up higher and higher and being able to challenge him? Match 3 is about to be underway. We're going to throw it back inside to Zeke and Bala. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you so much, Sundown, that insight. I mean, he's asking the tough questions. What happens in match #3 of this set? You know, again, Fish Fam, you saw, I kind of touched on a little bit earlier, you want to have as many people up on that leap of faith as possible so they can just sit there and rotate around. But before we hop into this next match, Bala, I think we probably want to take a look at the standings. You want to see how things are going for all of these players together. And of course, you want to take a look behind us.
So many different teams have an opportunity here. The Ravens Revenge, the Funky Fighters, Sunshine Soldiers with the Fort Turtle, and then the Fish Fam as well, able to collect it. So we are going to get into the next game of the World Run, the last one of the set.
Here we go. The timer is counting. We've got 10 seconds before the gates open, and they start the run. Scissors, you can see the focus in their eyes a little bit there of Turtle, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Run commences right here, right now. The players are out the gate. Here we go. The first run, Taco, Taldak, they're right out. Ninja falls, unfortunately. So does Kotu. Zan there looks like he's making upper with Tyler. Magma, Kororo, they are just neck and neck. Again, you know, it just goes back to once they figure it out, they're just going full send.
I want to see who gets out to the early lead. Here's Huzo, the champion of the last one with Fish Fam. He's a little bit behind, but again, he has the opportunity to catch up when he starts getting to those more difficult obstacles. Right now, it's not looking like anybody really taking a huge lead, a huge advantage, because we all saw how proficient they are in these early stages. Really, the first obstacle that stumps most people is this impulse jump.
Right, here we go. Don't forget, this is that precision impulse jump. You can do it forward, you can look away. First jump, unfortunately too shallow there on both sides. And both from the Fish Fam will be going down there. I saw there in the left, there's actually made it across. You got Ravens Revenge. And I believe it's actually the Llama Record Company that are also at the castle right now. Fish Fam, the Cuddle Crew, Ravens Revenge, Sunshine, and the Funky Fighters. And now the Llama Record Company all have 11 coins.
See the castle run, how fast they can get through there as a team. Also very important, as most players are now getting through this first difficult impulse jump. Looking for anybody rising up, looking for anybody completing this trap obstacle course inside the castle. If they can collect those coins fast, the players who get fastest through the castle and really collect all those coins are, in my opinion, the people who are leading the pack.
Yeah, I almost think like, should you just like as a squad grab, like send one person to each thing and just like very quickly grab all 4, and then as a squad go up, right, so that you have more chances going through every single challenge.
Obviously depends on how many of you actually get to the castle. What a time there from Scissors through that one. Is he going to be able to finish out that impressive performance? He's got a couple of jumps still to go. 1,
no way. I will.
2,
3. Scissors showing off why he's one of the best at these types of maps, but way ahead of him, his teammate Suzu, leading the pack again, so this might be a better time here for Fishfan.
All right, man, Scissors, that was insane, dude. Again, like, these guys are so good, right? Once they figure out
Teamwork,
it's almost like muscle memory.
Wie bekommt man das
He
Spezialspray?
waits here for Scissors to get across, and then once Scissors gets across, he can start triggering the trap. He's going to opt to say, look, you know what, let's just go. I'm trying to get the coins. We need to rack up as many and as quickly as possible. Because don't forget, last game, they got that 5.5-minute time on lock. They still have another 1.5 minutes going off of last game, right? If they can do it again, it's going to be huge.
Waiting for the Chiller on his feet to get off before he goes forward. Now he has full range onto this one. If he one-shots this, he's putting himself in such an amazing time. He's kind of letting his team do the rest of the work. Oh, one shot here from Suzu. Is it possible? Getting through the door? No, just short. But he did not go all the way back. He's continuing the recovery on this run. Not quite enough.
Man, Suzu putting everyone in his fishbowl, saying, don't worry, fam. I've got this. Gonna jump down
Da fährt noch normale Level.
Second trap, pop across, take a step back. Nice. Oh, there's actually someone else there. Scissors there with him. This is huge, though. If Scissors is there, Suzu can trigger this, and then get Scissors there where he needs to go, and then there will be 2 members trying to get these traps. Unfortunately, too shallow.
Making the same mistake there on that bouncer. Speed pad up into the bouncer. See, he's trying to keep his back towards it so that he can make sure he hits the bouncer on the right.
Samig. Weź gleich, was du lieber Welt. Ja, mal durch. Ja, das ist ja dort, wo für den nächsten da die neue Variante bekommst. Das ist ja die anderen 3 Jahre machen. Das eine ist 5 Gegnerschaden zu mit Stundengewehr und probiert in 4 Gruppen helfen. Das eine ist Tanza bei einem Monster Skelett. Das ist über dem, wo vom Event. Hätte heute auch bei dem Skeleton sie durchgehen.
Fighters, Little Whip, on the record company, they're at 26 points. They're closing in on that lead.
Soldiers adding their name to the hat. People who are trying the leap of faith. Stewart, not quite making it through yet. Magma right now feeling a bit of frustration. He feels the pressure. He knows.
Ich bin jetzt unbedingt so schwarzes Feld.
Tried to get this last coin ahead of anybody else. Flytax has joined the fray as well from Color Crew.
So you can see too, like Flytax is while Stewart is using his camera with your camera the direction you want to start moving, Flytax is doing the opposite. He's actually just using the momentum from his movement abilities, just like his keys, to get him where he needs to go, not even touching his camera at all. 2 different ways to approach it. They're both about the same. It depends on which one you're more comfortable with. Magma here. Good spot. There. Alright. Nice.
Almost.
He's going for it. Yes. He's going for it. Could he be the first one? No, Sunshine Soldiers have actually already done it with a 623. And Raven's Revenge there with the 636. So Sunshine Soldiers sneakily got a great time from them. Don't forget the first round, they were the only ones at 29 points.
What a close race though.
Oh
Four
my
teams who
god.
were up there on the leap of faith have now completed it. The Cuddle Crew still need one more coin to actually finish the entire thing. Clyde's feeling a little bit of pressure. He needs to start supporting his teammates. And the Llama Record Company sitting at 27 right now. I think this is one of the first times we've seen them towards this double jeopardy, towards closer and closer, edging their way at the leap of faith. The Cuddle Crew have completed, meanwhile, 7 minutes. So the standings right now are shaking up with all of these teams being so close together. Can't wait to see where it is. Still, every single placement here matters. Chicken Champions, Funky Fighters, Little Whip Warriors, and the Llama Record Company all at 27. Who is going to come out on top in this 4-way race?
And don't forget, this really does make a difference, right? They're all competing for prize money, so being able to come out ahead of another team, that's going to secure you more of that pot, so they have to be very careful, right? They have the 2 minutes left, but man, to see all these other teams, 4 of them already get that 3rd point. Like, you know, we saw that first game, it was like, oh man, Raven's Revenge, you only won at 29 points, everyone else is not even close. Second game, the story is Fishman and Funky Fighters. Now, we've got 4 teams that have gotten that 30th point. Insane, especially how close it is. Like, even look at Raven's Revenge and Fishman, right? Just a few seconds different.
All that could nobody yet up to that leap of faith. Oh, actually, Kuto. We saw him finish the game last time for the Funky Fighters. See if he can do it again. He's got 1 minute and 15 seconds to do it. Came in second, just behind the Fish Fam. Their record-breaking run. Can he do it now? All pressure on him.
And I mean, you gotta look, right? All of his other teammates are still being eliminated, right? They're trying to get up there because, again, just more shots you can take at the leap of faith, the better, right? The more chances you have of securing that.
There's 3 teams up here. There'll be also some players who have If you do this last one, you are going to beat out the Funky Fighters. And that could mean huge placement in terms of the prizing at the end of this. 30 seconds to go.
All right, wait, he's made it. Okay, look like down. Okay, it's fine. Small jump.
Got it.
Jump,
jump, and he's got the coin too.
There you go.
So the Funky Fighters finish up.
Let's
Ahead of
go.
the Chicken Champions, Karora, fortunately, is going to fall shy. But at 29 coins and 5 seconds remaining, I think that's going to be the end there for this. These are the standings as they are. The Chicken Champions come out there. And what an amazing run it was.
Wow, 6 teams. 6 teams secured themselves the 30th point. Night and day situation coming out of that first World Run. We got to witness, but look, smiles all around. Again, in case you're just tuning in, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Creative. Finally, these are the very best of the best from the creative side of Fortnite. They're all joined here by their team captains and face and these games have not disappointed. The World Run, honestly, I take it all back. I thought we weren't going to see a 30th point. I'm a liar. You know what I'm talking about? They smashed it.
These guys are the best of the best. Fish Fam, Raven's Revenge. These guys showed up hard on this World Run. Absolutely incredible performances. 2-time finishers all the way through. And now we also have to be able to think about what these standings are going to look like at the end of the day, because it was close, right? Raven's Revenge, that first one, and then getting second, and then getting second again. They are in contention for that first place here in this set.
Yeah, I mean, so Raven had plenty of 29s, right? They came second, I think, just about every game except that last one. You got Fish Fam. They
ik ga zo beenden. Goed.
In that last game, we saw Sunshine Soldiers, though. They had a 623.
Optionstasten naar keuze terecht af en toe waar ik match verlast steeds die
Don't worry, we're tallying everything up. We're breaking it all down. We'll have that for you as soon as we are ready to do so. But man, the World Run was dope.
Het is
super fun. It was like we were casting golf. Like, oh, takes a shot.
First, absolutely crazy. The tension at the end when everybody realized that they needed to make that last jump was just awesome to feel. The crowd was feeling it too when you made it. They finally made it through that last tire. Or making their bounce all the way through, just like flying through the sky for that last coin. felt good. It's got to feel good for these guys.
Yeah, and I think, too, being able to just, like, key in on different players, right? It wasn't like it was 4 Turtle, who we saw in that first run was dumpstering everybody else. Then it was like next game, there was different people that were really showing up. Even that last game, right? Scissor was straight back-to-back, just crushed 3 or 4 obstacles in a row. It was insane. But for now, let's go ahead and send it over onto the deck with Pookie Face. She's standing by with the Sunshine Soldier. Pooks, what you got?
Nice. With the Sunshine Soldiers, they're the most, in my opinion. They are coming from all corners of the Now, so far, you guys have, you know, there have been a couple of struggles, but the day isn't over. We still have the remixes coming up, so keep that in mind. Do you guys have a new strategy going into the remix?
That's top secret. Hidden information.
Information, that's it?
No.
And you, coming all the way from Spain, it's so lovely to have you here, Daniel. What has it been like to...
I'm actually from Mexico, not
Spain.
Spain.
Mexico, sorry, from Mexico. What has it been like to be a captain of your team for the Creative Cup?
Yo amo a estos chicos, en verdad creo que no puede tener mejor equipo, estoy demasiado contenta de tenerlos conmigo.
So ja,
Estoy
mag
súper
ik
feliz por la experiencia.
ich habe eine neue Dienstplattform.
And I'm super excited about this experience.
That's incredible. We love having you so much. And I'm going to come over here and talk to you super quickly now. You're one of our youngest competitors, so being here and all of your idols being that exciting. You know, when you told your family that you were coming here to compete at the Fortnite Creative World Cup, what did they say?
They were just super happy coming
Ja,
in.
mit
They're
dem
like really excited.
Windkanal schaffe ich es noch.
Do you want to keep
Oh my God.
these massive Fortnite events? Do you love
Komm,
them?
Döder!
And finally, down here at the end.
Ah, die Döder.
Again,
Ab dem
all of
Hüls
this
schon, weißt du.
diversity is incredible. Now, you're
8 HP, aber 100 Schild.
compete at this event, but not only for that, but you're
Döder.
representing your
Gone.
country. So how does that feel? Is that a
Ah ja,
lot
nicht
of
mal mehr.
pressure?
Yeah, there is a lot of pressure,
Moment.
and it feels amazing. Even though it's,
Scheiße.
even though there's the pressure, it also feels great.
Well, you guys are doing an incredible job. Best of luck to you in the remixes. Gonna throw it right back over to the casters.
Oh,
Man,
Scheiße.
you are not lying. They are adorable. They're all so happy to be here. You love to see it. Man, the Sunshine Soldiers again. Mad props to them for coming in with that
Ja,
6-3
100
time
Schild,
in the
aber
last
8.
set of that match there. Again, though, 6 different teams, all with 30 coins. What does that mean for the standings?
I know it's sweat crap.
Basically, it's anybody's game, right? That just means
Fuck.
anybody can take this because everybody really was pushing the pace. Everybody was making sure that they weren't in towards the top. It was basically shaken up from top to bottom, except maybe the top 3, right?
Yeah.
Raven's Revenge. All these guys completed their runs and placed highly in the other ones. So
Nah, ja,
Look at things like Raven's Revenge, right? They had fast. There was 29 in the first game, had 29 points in the first, and they had a second place as well.
Ah, ja. It's gar nicht Lust. Ah, die Pisses. Oh. Ja. Ja, es habe ich versucht, aber bei mir funktioniert es nicht. Ich weiß noch nicht. Ja.
Showing on really well, obviously, Fish Fam with Scissors and company. They had probably one of the most difficult elimination runs ever. So, clutch to be able to perform here. I think we have the standings. I think we have the winners of the set. It's gonna be Fish Fam!
Congratulations to the Fish Fam. Look at them. They just want to get back in. They're not even ready to celebrate. They are the winners. They're of the world run, and there he is. Fish Stick is walking out with the Silver Llama, ready to present his team. This coveted. Look at this thing. It's so sharp. All right, I'm going to get out there and still. I mean, anyway, there you are. The Fish Fam are being presented with the Silver Llama. Look, they're like, yeah, baby, let's go. We got that.
That's ours. Congratulations, guys. There's the Silver Llama for them. But all focus for them is on to the next matches. As we've got a couple more to go, and it's not over yet. We've got your remixes coming up next. We've got your golden games.
Now, first, hold on, Ball. Let's take a look at the standings. I think first, after that last set, look at this. Fish Fam come out on top. Going out of tiebreakers, they're the ones that are victorious, and they walk away with the Silver Llama. But the Ravens Revenge, man, they were putting in a lot of work there, also getting themselves some prize money as well. Sunshine Soldiers there in third, and then the list goes on again. Keep an eye on those Silver Llamas. These are the guys that are in contention for that final prize money. Now, if you're one of these teams with the Silver Llamas, you need to secure the Gold Llama, because that is going to come. That's going to be the ultimate tiebreaker. If your team has that Gold Llama, you walk away with the win, especially because it's kind of divvied up amongst other teams.
Yeah, the Golden Llama being that ultimate tiebreaker, so the next team to claim it, the first team to claim it, as we see the Fish Fam with their Silver Llama. The first team, the only team to claim the Golden Llama is going to walk away as the champions here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, you kind of teased it a little bit. What are these remixes that we're kind of talking about? What does that mean for the games? Don't even worry, we got you guys covered. We're going to break it all down for you. So, remixes. We're basically going to go back through and play a match of every single match type.
Yep.
There's going to be something different about that. So starting with Sky Station Showdown, the remix for that is that all players can earn points, not just your Swordbearer. That is going to be playing a big factor. We've also upped the typical 1,000 points needed to 3,000. Follow, we've also got Junkyard Juke. Do you want to talk about that one?
Absolutely. In Junkyard Juke, we're going to be playing it again, but you can only use large props. So it might look a little bit silly, but what it means is that it's going to be all the more difficult to score. But at the same time, each large prop is worth 10, so we're not going to see those, small increments between each other. So leads can get large, or they can just stay very small because it's so difficult.
Yeah, for sure. And finally, we're going to hit the board run one more time. But the remix is that players do not respawn. That's right. They're going to have one life.
That is so hard. We saw how many people struggled, even, to get past that first couple obstacles. So difficult. If they have one life, it's going to be so difficult. But we are going to be hopping into the first game of the Golden Games at Sky Station Showdown with a remix that everybody can earn points. Here we go.
Go ahead and count us in here. If you're hanging out in the stadium, we've got 3, 2, 1. And the remix of Sky Station Showdown is underway. 15 minutes counting down. So don't forget, we have a new gold cap. That is 3,000. And the remix is that anyone This also stacks, by the way. So if you and your squad are sitting on a point, you're getting 3 points per person per second. So what does that mean? Will that mean players try to push points and lock them down? What will that mean for that center point at 7 minutes to opens up? We'll have to see as the game goes on, man.
We'll have to recall all the different strategies that these teams have, because a lot of players took it very slow. The Fish Fam tried to contain the 1 point. Same thing with the Little Whip Warriors. Same thing with also the Cuddle Crew. But we also had the Llama Record Company, all trying to really push for that center point when it opened up. Right now, the initial control point fights are going down. Raven's Revenge has got one, Sunshine Soldiers have gotten one, and the Funky Fighters as well, but not before getting contested. Here's all the second wave.
And Blood going in, going to start swinging the sword. Can he chop them up? Daniel instead says, not today, friends. You have all been eliminated.
Ja.
He's going to shut down one
Wat
there
een
as
bandage
well.
met, we hebben hem nog die 3
And you got the on the record company like, hey, what's going on up here? Nope, Daniel is prepared. She saw you coming. She heard the DJ scratches. Back to the island to go.
Remember, it does accumulate no matter who is on the point, and also it stacks. So all 4 players are able to grab and stay inside the point. So you'll see
no granaat
time going through for a team if all 4 members of their squad are on the point.
Right, racking eliminations and will be picked up there. The team's VIP being eliminated. This is going to drastically change the way you approach things, right? For example, if you decide to go in an assault another team, especially if you can get that surprise and you eliminate all this, you by yourself can actually lock down that point for any amount of time for racking up points. So you can look to contest, you can look to leave a team behind, you can break up into a group. There's so many different things, different variables to keep in mind as we move through this.
Already some innovation here from the Llama Record Company.
Oh no, man.
Teams are hiding a couple people inside of cones so that they will continue to contest, but I think in this mode it might be more viable to just stay and all fight at the same time. Nobody hiding at all. We'll see too. It kind of lends a little bit more credence to the strategy that people were employing in the first set of games when they first played the Sky Station Showdown. They would have somebody go off and try to clear a point, or at least take out their sword bearer. Yeah. But if they do that this time, they manage to clear out a point. They're now going to be occurring on both sides.
Yeah, and that's going to make a massive difference. Like, let's take a look at Raven's Revenge. They're sitting on 560 points. Double of Fluid players, but they're still racking up the points right now. Ninja going to go ahead and slap Chappie back to the island. Gotaga here wants to out the action. It's not enough, but look, Magma also jumps into the fray. Ninja needs to get out of there, or he's going to be eliminated. Use the walls. I like this, but you do not have the HP to try and make this work. A 25. He drops Magma down based on that little jump, and look at this. Magma's like, no, friend.
You get him. Kaz comes in the back. But at the same time, another player comes through, and Ninja goes down. Raven's Revenge are holding on all corners. I don't see them controlling any one single point. The Cuddle Crew now in second place. They're gonna battle with the Funky Fighters. This is important for everybody. The Fish Fam joining the fray as well. I think the Fish Fam may have overrun. Their school of fish are taking out the Funky Fighters at last, but no, Suzu gets taken out too. The Cuddle Crew is going to abandon the point and maybe come right back. Suzu finally does control.
A brief moment, but not too long later, Tomoya says, hello, I would like the red point, please. And now we've got the Fish Fam over here. Suzu's by himself. He's got a bunch of eliminations. Follow the Cuddle Crew is coming out. They're trying to wreck him. He picks off Sandy, but unfortunately he does fall as well.
It's terrifying. They all came over the ramp at the same time. If you're just joining us here, don't forget we did increase the score limit up to 3,000. So if you're wondering, the Raven Revenge, they still got a ways to go, even though they are in the lead as it stands. I'm also keeping my eye out on the Llama Record Company. They're down at 300-ish points. They're going to claim 300 right now. And what they do, they always wait until the last moment, until that D point, the last point that opens up in the center, and they make a concerted push. I think that may be very, very strong, because in the first couple of games, as the Fish Fam, or as the Little Whip Warriors trying to make a push here, shut down. The first couple of games, they just controlled it. Every single person was on that D point at the same time. They built their entire base out at the perfect moment. They were waiting for the time to pounce on that last point. Still 2 minutes until that starts to spawn.
On that point, if you're uncontested. So you
Ja. Hm? 94 oder? Zusammen. Aber du nicht mehr zusammen. Weil, ja, nur dort, dass du da Utopia-Skin in andere Varianten kannst du nicht so in der anderen Variante nicht so gut, oder? Ja.